All right, welcome back to the next episode of the Netherdeep. We're doing the Netherdeep cuts for the special Friday the 13th one shot. I am the DM Jasilionis, and I will throw it to the players to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name is Hunter. I normally play Morgen Megen. Today, in this episode of Netherdeep Cuts, I am going back to playing Dudu Podoa.
Hi, I'm Aaron. Been playing a couple different ones. This one we're going with Aljin or Finian Wave Rider. And I'm excited to see what this turns out to be.
Hey, it's Matt. I'm the person speaking now. Normally I play Saeryn Conundrum, but today I'm going back to playing the samurai fighter, Ladrin Trixie.
And as everyone says, we don't know what's in store for today. It is a special Netherdeep Cuts one shot, as we are without our friend Ludo today, so we don't want to carry on with what happens next. Instead of doing a recap of last episode, where the team wandered into the desert in the search of a dragon, we're jumping back yet again to the other last Netherdeep cut when we had Arrow DM for us, and they had let us go explore in the Rumedan Desert. This team of Trixie and Dudu and Aljin, followed with Kieran Locke, played by me, as they looked for a rumored lotus flower hidden in the desert, and they were on Dudu and Trixie were on a contract from the city of Ank'harel for hunting down it was like disturbances in the trade routes, I believe.
Yes, correct.
Yes, exactly. And were they working for, I can't remember exactly if it was the Scar Bears or the Hands of War directly.
I think it was the Scar Bearers that hired them on this one.
That's my recollection.
What's that?
That's what I remember.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, they were looking at the trade routes, were being disturbed by some sort of creature that was killing people, and they found a nest of jackal wares.
Jackal, yes.
Jackal wares, because they're different. I don't know why it's jackal ware and not were jackals. I don't know. Yeah.
Excellent.
Turned out okay.
Yeah, with that, the team got into a whole bunch of mess where they battled through, and at the very end found that Lotus, and Kieran went to full rage and transformed into some crazy enraged Rubidian crystallized octopus creature. He wild shaped, but that was the form it took. At the very end, Aljin had the flower in hand, realized he'd only, with the immediate resources on hand, would only have one applicable dose. After Kieran told him to spare him and take it for himself or bring it back to his grandma, but Kieran said, "Forget about me." And I guess we will cut back to that moment, and I will get to unveil my fun little new song I got for tonight. Here in the middle of the Rumedan Desert, in that cavern where everyone had the last scene with that flower. I should have got that map from you, by the way. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. We use our imagination. Loud effects, sorry.
Oh yeah, that would have been rough because I placed each individual asset. That would have been a rough map.
Yeah, that would have been.
I'd have to take a picture of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's perfect. So Aljin sitting there, you have that tough decision weighing on your mind. Trixie and Dudu. So this is technically the night before any decisions or conversations happen before the team heads back into Ank'harel the next morning.
I was just sort of sitting there looking at it, like trying to figure out what to do with this thing. He saw what happened with the giant octopus, and how us with Kieran trying to figure out what to do with that, and seeing how it's like this big, it could wreck you. He got to a rage that he's never seen before with him, and Kieran was a relatively angry man to begin with, and even before he got this illness, he was still a little angry. But knowing that he has, things to do with his, trying to save his grandma, because, he doesn't really want to be doing, the leadership role right now. And anyway, so you might as well keep her alive. So he's not wanting to turn dark the way Kieran did, not knowing if Kieran can survive any much longer. It's a dilemma at this point, which he is exhausted and ready just to sort of lay down and figure this out maybe the next day. So I mean, I think we locked ourselves in the one little throne room, if I remember correctly, and I think Aljin's like, well, we can try to head back, or I think the best is, it was pretty late when we got here, I think the best bet maybe just to hunker down here. I don't know.
Well, it seems that we don't really have much of a choice at this point. I've already sealed the door, and I can't undo it until the morning.
Well, I mean, at least that takes a little bit of the guesswork out of what we're doing. He's going to start rolling out. I do have a bedroll.
Yeah.
Look at my inventory there for a second.
Beautiful.
I do. He's going to start sort of rolling out a bedroll, sort of side-eyeing Kieran, who we had to knock out a wild shape, I believe, is what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks pretty beat up at this point, too.
Yeah, he's stable. He came into consciousness, kind of you feel like it was more of a exhaustion pass back out type deal. But yeah, any decisions, that need to be made during the night, any conversations, but you could definitely fast forward up until the morning, the sunshine reaching through the little cracks in the rock of the tomb that you're sealed in, and you're able to get yourself out into the desert air. And I will bring you out onto the map. What splash am I looking for? I'll just say you are able to start eventually, if you decide to make your way back into the city, with a few hours travel at this point. Yes, Dudu, you say you go to use your stone. What's the spell?
The spell is Stone Shape. So I'll just go ahead and expend the spell slot for that, because it is a 4th level spell.
Excellent. And here, just so people have an idea, I'll pop up the art for everyone on screen. Here's Dudu. I do really like that art.
You might have it in a different...
Yeah,
Okay.
I did that for the recording screen.
Your side.
Yeah, brought
Gotcha.
you guys over, but
Gotcha.
here, we'll do it for everybody. It's only to be fair. No, we're doing it. There's the Dudu. And then we have the art for Trixie.
Yeah.
And then good old with the hood off. Is it Aljin or Finn?
He's been going by Aljin with this group because every time he tried to call on himself as Finian, he got absolutely berated and called out on it.
Yeah.
So at this point, for this traveling, he sort of stopped using his pseudonym and has been going with this. He's sort of Aljin's when he feels brave and he's going to be, with his other party, he was more Aljin. This one is, or he was more Finian. This one, he's more Aljin, I think. And he's just sort of him at this point.
Oh, that's awesome. See Kieran, they come out and they're just beat up and exhausted. You still see there's the protruding of skin of where little crystals seem to have punctured through the skin when they were in that form, and you can see just the red veins and little misshapen lumps from something that seems to be inside of them at this point. He says, "Laddie, I ain't gonna be making it back to the city with you. Not if you're on foot."
What do you mean? I'm sure you can make it.
I ain't gonna be slowing you down. And yeah, you take a look at him, and you definitely see he is like multiple levels of what would mechanically be exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
He says, being in the middle of a desert where a water Ashari is a bit of a curse. I asked to get away from the waves, and now I wish they could carry me away. But if I transform into an airborne creature, and I fly straight as the sparrow, straight to the coast, I can take a rest in between, change back when I need to. I can make that trip on my own, and I can start heading home. I can let them know you're on the way. I won't ask you to trust me with that flower. Not in the state I'm in.
What? Are you gonna be able to make it? I mean, can you make it all the way there in the condition you're in with the red stuff on you? In you?
If I don't exert and push myself, I think I could do it. It's if I'm by myself and I can just go straight, no bother.
Could you? Why wouldn't you just take? Could you just take this? It'd be the fastest way there. He holds out the potion, the one potion that Aljin has, that we just made.
The potion from the
Yeah, because we just made, because we turned, I think Dudu helped in the caves, and we actually made, didn't we actually make it? Or we're just gonna, we looked at, we could make one out of it. I couldn't remember if we actually made it or if we could have made one.
I think it was you, like, where like you thought, like, okay, if we do some work here, we can make one good dose here.
Okay,
and then I think that was the decision to be made. Real quick.
Yeah, gotcha.
Since you did call me out on it, also calling out, hey, Che Peku.
Oh,
Check out, it's your token maker. That Che Peku. They're not a sponsor of this at all, affiliated. I'm just using most of their maps, assets, and scenes, and now introducing they make tokens that you can select from. And I made up a little Kieran Locke.
He's cool.
And I thought that was cute. You know, got the red beard and yeah. But I thought that was really fun and cute. So get to say goodbye to him. But so you have the flower still, and then you do have there was the thing that we had been remembering in between game. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to remember that right now. I was gonna bring it up, but I decided we'll leave that alone at this point because he still doesn't know yet that's available.
So you hold out the flower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because the Ashari will be able to probably figure something out.
So yeah, he says, "Go ahead, and make an insight check."
Let me just roll that at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, good. It rolls it for me at disadvantage. You did
That's
a nice
beautiful.
job. Yeah, 4. Yeah, a 17 or a 4. We'll take the 4.
So pretty much like you're taking a look at him, like he's already looks like, I mean, so he has to be at like a few states of exhaustion already to be, he's moving at half speed. So he is at least level 2. He says, I mean, do you really think I'm gonna get there? Do you trust me to deliver it and not take it for myself? Telling me true.
I hope you do. I mean, at this condition, neither I'm not in any condition to lead. She would be if she gets this, and it would be the best thing for the Ashari at this point. We don't need another half-assed Ashari leader like me to be there to do anything. We need someone out here, I think, helping on the ground. I mean, there's plenty of Asharis to protect that area. We need people out here, and as much as I want to see her, I think at this point, I'm pretty sure I made a mistake. I run from everything. Responsibilities at home, here, with my friends. I think I need to get back with them, and I think you're perfect. You've been in the world. You know how it is. You know the dangers coming at us if this happens.
I seem to know how to swim right into the shark's waters, right into the mouths of predators. But I was going to ask, do you think I'm really that lousy of a traveling companion? And he kind of
Yes.
gives a little half-hearted chuckle.
Yes, I do. You've been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't have really wanted to go anywhere with anyone. No, there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to get to know you a little better through our week of travel. And I do understand your anger for me. I do. I mean, I was a little shit and I left. It's understandable to be angry. But I found a bigger purpose out here with my friends that I also left, which is going to be a fun conversation if I find them. And if they're around, they could be, I don't know. Hopefully they survived. Hopefully the random guy I hired in a bar protected him enough.
Yeah, it did seem a pretty bit of a rash decision, and
Well,
I don't know. You don't need to
know-
beat yourself up over it, lad. You're following your heart, and I think you did true.
That means something coming from you.
And then he says, all right. Then he looks over at Dudu. He says, so how does a Earth Asharali find himself in the middle of the Rumadan Desert? I imagine you might have some tribes nearby.
Well, I come all the way from Terra, but it's part of my Armente. I found myself in Vessera and then eventually into the city of Ank'harel. Kind of one thing leads to another, and all of a sudden I'm kind of conscripted into finding out what happens on these trade routes with Trixie here.
Hey,
Well, I imagine you're out of Earth, and you probably had some friends along the way. If I can find my people, if I can find a settlement out here, I'll head closer to the Hellcatch Valley or the Odiran Wilds, and see if I can find civilization there in a quick teleport. If not, I have a hell of a swim ahead of me, laddie. I think you're in good company, and he nods towards Dudu and Trixie. And he looks at Trixie, he's like, I'm not even going to begin asking your whole story and deal. You seem like you got a lot going on.
a lot or nothing?
See, that's what I'm talking about. I think you two will do. You three will be just fine. Soon enough, you'll start calling yourselves a team with some sort of those catchy names that all venturing parties like to use.
I don't know. It's pretty early for a team name. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how this turns out.
All right. I think with that, Kieran will take the flower with as much officiality, seriousness, and
I also took. I know
possible.
I asked if I could take some clippings of the vines it was on. I
Yeah.
think we had a conversation about that. I think it was just like 2, just
Yeah.
enough to maybe see if they could continue making antidotes from this if that happened.
Yeah, and you're definitely able to
I would.
you can like any good bud tender knows, when you clip out the flower, there's all the leaves and stuff around it that you can trim off. That like a couple like outside little petals and stuff as well. So yeah,
So it was the hope of maybe the next time it flares, they could, being a shari. I mean, hydroponically, they could probably do something, and that was sort of the hope at this point of being able to do something else.
To take it out of this super serious moment, we know water Ashari definitely use the hydroponics. Like,
yeah, they would.
Like Earth
They would.
Ashari definitely like they got that like good like ground kush, but like
yeah.
No, like
I
water
imagine
Ashari's
it's
got
like
it's like grown
they
at
have
the
the
bottom of the ocean. Yeah, like
that, or there's like the ocean against the shore, and then like in this little valley, there's like this little paddy pit where it's just like all these weird plants growing in like the shallow water. They're just like, and you grow now, because we're water
yeah.
Ashari,
Your
and that's the crap that
your
happens.
friend Yulin, the dreadlocks growing up, he's like, they like call it like the Asilra Express. Like it's like the combination of all the different like water systems, all the oceans combine, and like they bring like all the nutrients in the soil from all across Eldora. It's like, oh man, it blows your freaking mind, man. Yeah, you just have a little flashback at home.
That character's more DM than anything.
I mean, he's straight up Saul from fucking Pineapple.
No, yeah, I can see that.
That's so good. But yeah, you have that moment and that send off. And you hope beyond hope that he makes it home.
Yeah, I would try to communicate that with the other Ashari, with a sending spell, but I'm not that kind of sorcerer.
You're not that person.
Not that person. I don't even have that spell. I don't even know if that spell exists.
I mean, there is Animal Messenger as a druid.
I'm not a druid.
I know.
I'm a sorcerer.
That's so good.
Oh, crap.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll let y'all, do you guys have anything in this moment together?
Us as the three of us as a party?
Yeah. Before you head on that trek back to Ank'harel.
I think it's just sort of seeing, I mean, unless they have something, just sort of seeing them go off and, feeling weird about it. So I was a question, Jack.
Yes.
Logistical question here. The party leveled up to level 7.
Yes.
Can I level up Aljin to level 7?
Yes. No, Aljin is level 8 now with the rest of the group.
He's with this group. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
we'll make it just you're even with everyone else. You guys are level 8.
All right. Speak among yourselves. I need a few minutes.
Yes.
Oh no, I don't need any time because I'm just at a level 7 is a nothing thing.
I'll
be picking spells.
I'm going to roll a d20 on a natural 1. Kieran does not make it home.
So that's what's happening. He fell at last night's sleep. He woke up feeling a little stronger, but still tired because that happens. Now I don't know if there's anything that Aljin wants to like. He would sort of look at the other two, Dudu and Trixie, and be like, "Well,
17.
What are you guys doing now? I should probably try to find my friends. I don't know how. Do either one of you know a spell to contact other people?" I'm just looking at
I can only really send it about 600 feet away.
I think let me look here real quick. Let me roll a d20. Let's see. I think they're farther. A 3. He might not know that. No, I think they're further away than that. They're in another continent, as far as I know. It took me a week to get here. Although it took me a week to get here. No, I don't know.
Yeah, if it's anything past 600 feet, I can't get a message to him.
Oh man, dude. I mean,
I could send an animal out to talk to them, but I kind of need to know where they are generally, and kind of need to know what they look like.
I might have to think about that. That might be another time. I think let's just get back to the city and maybe find a place to stay. You looking at Aljin at this point. You guys just got up, but he still has these dark rings under his eyes and like a little bit of sunken eye. Like he's like almost fighting off something. It's like let's let's head back and see what we can figure out there.
And you start heading back, and you head on home, and you're able to to make sense of why it's really, really fast. You get like a caravan that's being pulled by like a giant like desert worm that like pulls up alongside on the horizon, and like they just have such a fast like movement that they like glide through the sand, and so there's like no impedance, and like you're able to like go through and around like all those hills that would normally, explain why it took so long getting out here and why you get back home so fast to get to home. Yeah,
I love Jack trying to make things up for my BS, for my one-shot BS.
No, I just realized the timelines. I'm like, oh yeah, they did take them a long time to get out there. So, yeah, quick, awesome montage. You guys are just like sand skiing, like through the dunes and being pulled. Like they have like some like crazy spellcaster sending out gusts of wind to put the sails to keep them like sailing forward. It's pretty fucking awesome. And you all get back into Ank'harel. To the front gates.
What is the timeline at this point? It took us a couple hours to get back. Are we like talking like noon?
This will be because I'll say it takes till that like next morning till you get back. Actually, because you come into the city in the morning the next day when the party's leaving. That's what it is. So you get far out, like they camp outside the city. You guys camp out, get your full rest back in, and you come into the city, fresh sunrise, and it all makes sense again. Come at me.
It all makes sense again.
Trixie and Dudu, you all know you have to make your reports. You ease the disturbance. You report to the Scar Bearers, but they have like an office that's like hired out by the Hands of Ward, like over like up in like the Sigil district or something like that. Like a more like semi-official office.
Well, Trixie, it seems that we've got some business to take care of. Do you want to get that out of the way first?
Yeah, let's get all this paperwork done.
Yeah, I'm just, I don't want to let this go as long as possible. Let's just get it over with.
Excellent. You
lead on.
Head into the Sigil district. The hustle and bustle of Ank'harel. You're like feeling good, glad to be back into the city. The feeling of like eyes on you. Now it feels like appropriate. Now that you're surrounded by people again, and just shake it off as like a little weird feeling of missing the city, and you are happy to be back. You make your way up into the office. Imagine this scene, but at daytime. There's just like a regular captain, just a Hands of Ward that like has been overseeing this particular mission. They contracted the Scar Bearers, and you take the report and they pay you, and then they hand you off to the pretty much the little bounty board of like, if you require any more work, apply here or within.
Anything noteworthy on the board?
There's been a few weird odd stories, just like people missing. There's like always like a couple, on there, just like a big city, sometimes people just go on a bender for a few days or up and leave town. It does seem to be like a pretty crowded list right now, like a few more than usual. And then there's like a rumors board up there where like people, like there's like ramblings that get posted up from like the Gazette that goes around. And in those articles, there's like stories of ghosts and murder, researchers in the Sigil district murdered in their home, bodies found in the morning, daughter gone missing. And then there's reports of sighting of demon in the guided district. Bloody aberrant specter appeared and chased off some like poor, cart hauler, and leaving a set of bloody footprints leading to or from one of the various temples. Just all sorts of that type of stuff. And then there seems to be a fresh one that's just got posted up this morning. And it says, help, murder, looking for investigations to find who done it. Look for the Goggins pop-up shop in the Sigil district.
All right.
And on the bottom of it says, reward of magical items, lots of gold.
Anybody see anything that appeals to them?
How about this one? This one looks promising. And I'm definitely going for that one that you just finished describing.
Yeah. The big plot hook. Well,
the one I spent time on.
well, the thing is, you guys don't know the reasons for those other two that are on the board as characters.
Yeah, I love. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm
The
like,
callbacks are good.
I'm just like, Morgen does not walk through the town all bloodied without leaving some spooky fucking terror stories. Like there is a ghost in Ank'harel as far as people are concerned right now. Excellent in it. So it gives you directions to the sigil throughout the sigil district. There's like a small map attached like on the back of it when you look at the flyer. And normally there's like the street layout, and there's like a big alley that cuts through like right next to the shop called Mystic Pursuits. But that shop is like X'd out, and then that empty alleyway next to it between like another building is circled, and it says like "come here" in some like hasty tiny like sloppy scrawl that could only belong to like a wizard. Basically this world's version of doctors.
I'm going to just real quick roll 2d6 because that's my hit points. I was at 36.
Yeah.
Let me just roll 2. Oh, actually, sweet. That's better
That's
than
really good.
That's really good for
Really
a wizard
good.
or for a sorcerer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Aljin had a really big personal arc, so he definitely got that big level up XP.
Oh, yeah, because I was at 36. Awesome. So that's
All right.
Okay, cool. I am done leveling up now. Sorry about this.
Hell yeah, no problem. Yeah, so basically it gives you quick directions, and it says, yeah, come investigate for murder. So you all make your way there.
I mean, yeah, let's helping someone find. I mean, we're gonna be here for at least a night, so
Oh yeah.
you might as well go check it out.
Yeah. Aaron, how much did you all get paid for that job, or that did Dudu and Trixie get paid?
It's a good question. Dudu and Trixie got paid. I'm gonna try to figure this out without destroying the economy.
You tell me.
The game. I know. I was thinking of it. Just give me a second.
No
Let me
worries.
just-
And I could also throw out a number. Give them a big
so
reward.
each on that one would be. Didn't I say it? I don't remember. Let's give them. Can we give them 75 each? Gold each?
Oh yeah.
Is that
Easy.
too high? Is that too low?
I
that
was
a
gonna
good
say.
number? What were you gonna say?
I think they each get a 25 gold bonus from the good report and solving the problem. So you each get 100 gold in your pocket.
100 gold. That's good. I thought I said a number, but I don't. It's
Yeah,
been
if we go back and look,
100
I meant to
years,
record
or-
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
It's
it
been
is
100
recorded
years or a
but-
week. I don't remember.
Yeah, in a different way. Hell yeah, you all begin making your way towards the shop. And do you all have any conversations or anything that you want to cover on the way there?
So Dudu, what makes you want to be the leader of your group? Because that's the Aramente way, right?
Well, you see, for me, it's a call from really my aspirations are telling me that this is the right path for me. If you look at my heritage and my devotion to the deity of Corellon, they inspire me in a way that pushes me forward towards this path, I believe.
I was hand selected to be part to be it. I was just the next in line. It feels that way, at least. I don't know, but I don't feel the same pull. I don't have the same feel that I need to lead. It seems like there's so much out there that I don't know. I need to go find out.
Then perhaps you weren't meant to lead. Is there something else that seems to be pulling you in a different direction?
No, it was. I don't know. I was pulled out of the water. I was pulled out of the waves, and it sort of had a feeling of not being, at rest. Just always being in motion somewhere else. Maybe that's part of it. Maybe that's just it. Maybe that's just I'm a little more supposed to be a little more fluid with me and not as sturdy as a rock like you are with your people.
Well, perhaps that's just the difference in our peoples, but I do think that it's important to follow your heart. Wherever it lies is really where you need to be. You will always be where you're meant to be.
At this point, I think Aljin looks over and Trixie is uncomfortably close. I have that feeling that Trixie would be just uncomfortably close to Aljin at this point.
This is listening distance.
Is it though? We're talking at normal volume. I mean, you could be a couple steps back.
I'll try that.
Where are you from?
Steps back, half a step.
Half a step. Where are you from anyway? As we're walking and talking.
I'm from a place where bowstrings fly through the skies, tree branches are bent into bows, and the leaves themselves are arrowheads.
Absolutely nothing on Aljin. Cool. Do you know what that means, Dudu?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just me. Excellent. It sounds amazing, Trixie.
I know, I just made it up.
Oh. We're here, I think. Get me out of this conversation.
You all finish making
I think we're here.
your way. From the outside, it looks like you walk up into what is a shop front, but then you're looking the path never changed. You're still on the cobblestone of the walkway path, and you guys are not maybe too familiar with this city, but you've been here and through this area enough on your way, through the Sigil District getting orders, at least, Trixie and Dudu.
Yeah.
Like, this is a store, like, this is a walkway. This is like an alley that cuts between two shops most of the time. But right now it is a full, like, front shop with, like, a sign hanging in the front window. There's, like, a little garden, bushes out front, like, hanging, like, in front of the windows, like, a few plants there. And as you all go through, you walk inside the building. Ting, ting! The bell above you rings. You see some, like, arcane alarm sigils go off. And you walk yourselves into... Well, let your eyes do it for you. You walk into a horror scene. This arcane shop that is filled with magical knickknacks, towering shelves, various books, scrolls, arcana, various items and artifacts. Everything is a little disheveled. Everything is covered. There's just a trail and piles of blood at various parts, like something has been dragged throughout the whole store as it cuts through and juts its way down around a corner. This is a shop that does not belong here, with a bunch of fucking awful blood. And as you enter the door, you all see a tiny little gnome walk up to you. They're wearing like a black little like duster style cloak with like what would be either like a cowboy hat or a wizard hat like on top of their head, like little sideburns, pointed gnome ears. They're carrying like a little wizard's tome, and out of their back are these like green dragon wings that are like kind of currently furled up at the moment. And he says, welcome to the Goggins pop-up shop. I am sorry that this is in such a disheveled array. Are you here for the flyer? Are you answering to investigate? And he kind of points his way all around at everything.
Yes, I suppose we're here to take a look at this crime scene.
Yes, there was a murder here just this morning. Look, I mean, you can see it for yourself. There's a mess. I was like, I need you to help investigate the murder. Here, come and gather around. And he brings you up towards the cauldron area where you see like a bunch of blood has been like pulled through. Let y'all walk your way up through the like little crammed, narrow shelves. Like everything does seem like on a smaller dimension here. But you're able to. I should give everyone control of their tokens. Okay, Trixie, you can. Dudu needs control. Character settings. Okay, one moment. New character sheet to this. Aha, Dudu, there you are. Can everyone else move themselves?
Yeah, yep. Finn can.
Try now.
Or Aljin can.
Yeah. He pulls you up to the thing at the very top, and he says, "Yes, I need your help. You need to investigate the murder of." And as he walks forward, he goes and leans down in between like the shelves, like in between next to the cauldron, and he goes and pulls away at like looks like there's nothing there. And as he pulls it up, you see it was like a cloak of invisibility laid over a body. And he says, you need to investigate the murder of myself. And you see an identical version, like a body on the ground, like murdered. There's like blood sprawled all around on the body, like they're like laid prone, very clearly looking dead. So we're just gonna put a big old red X through this. And he says, yes, I have been murdered, and you need to help me figure out who did it.
This looks at Trixie. This seems a lot like my head hurts. Like what you had just said. You don't know. You've made it up or where you're from. This feels like that a lot.
Who said I made that up? Anyway, that's a great magic trick.
Oh no.
Are you?
Oh, go ahead.
How?
Oh yeah. So it's. I'm sorry. My apologies. My name is Simon. And that there is Solomon. I am Simon Simulacrum. You see.
Oh.
I've been their assistant. They are a powerful wizard. I mean, they were able to create me, and everything that came with that. We run this shop. They created it exists in like a mobile pocket dimension that we're able to summon at the various anchored locations at the various cities. We came around for the upcoming grand tournament to establish, clientele and see if our wares could be used for the, upcoming tournaments. And I was outside doing gardening, and the bushes out front. I was out there for a little while. I must have lost track of time. And when I came back in, I just the horror scene.
Can I insert gardening? He put a very funny emphasis on gardening. It was like almost air quotes in my brain.
Go ahead, make an insight check.
I was gardening.
Sorry, are you making fun of my accent? This is just how gnomes speak.
A 10.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, yeah, like it's your feelings, however you read the
10,
situation.
The worst number to roll
Yeah.
in D&D.
Let's
10.
go for but
I mean, he sort of believes the whole thing, but he's a little suspicious at this point with a 10. Like he's like, okay, he was out gardening, and then like you look at him as he says it, he's still doing like air quotes. He's like, he was out gardening, guys.
Well, I mean, there's not really much else I can do. You guys can all make an Arcana check.
I'm good at it, but
I rolled to see it.
All right. I feel like definitely Trixie wouldn't be able to put their finger on it, but you've probably met in similar like doppelganger-ish type situations. But you've at least like heard, like I'll leave it up to you if you've ever heard of the exact simulacrum spell or not.
Probably not.
Yeah. He says, well, you see, I very limited in what I can do. Finite resources as a simulacrum. So, I need hobbies otherwise.
I would like to kind of just take a look at like maybe his hands. If he was out gardening all day, like maybe they're like a dirty, like dirt under the fingernails kind of thing. Maybe calluses on the hands if he does it often.
Yeah, go for it. Make that would be a perception check.
We got an 18.
Excellent. Yeah, so you definitely do see there's like little mud and stuff like that, like around like the cuffs of their thing. Like their fingers do like have those like apparent of like calluses and mud. So you definitely see they've at least been, has to be some element in truth to what they're saying.
Well, I suppose we should begin by taking a look around.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask if you don't know much about flowers, I could take you through those, or real quick. But I mean, there's way more important things. Sorry, you gotta focus. It's And he just kind of takes like a big breath in the daze. He says, now if you ask me, I think it was but the neighbor next door. They run the shop Mystic Pursuits, and they're now I'm not saying anything, but they're a tiefling. And, they've always been mighty upset whenever we come around. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, well, let's investigate a little. I suppose there's a lot to look at here. What's in this cauldron?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can all point various points of interest, like bring your character over to that point and let me know whatever you're like trying to look at specifically on the map, or like anything you like want to look for specifically overall. So we got Dudu at the cauldron.
Aljin's sort of gonna be looking around. Like, we came in the bottom here. He's gonna notice that there is like blood over on this way, and like, if they wouldn't have came in from here because they said he was out front doing gardening. So why is there blood over here? So he's sort of looking around, like trying to like trace out blood trails of like there's blood. He's in the middle of the shop. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah. Go ahead. You
Everywhere.
Can make that. You can make that like a survival check if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm good at everything right now, so why not? +4 at disadvantage, so why not? 16, pretty
Actually
respectable,
really good.
actually.
Awesome. What is Trixie gonna be doing?
I think Trixie's gonna follow the blood splatters that are leading towards the door, like basically trying to figure out where all this blood kind of got dragged out to, because there's just so much.
Yeah.
But she's gonna take the opposite direction of Aljin.
Would you be trying to do a similar, like, just like survival tracking check, or is there like anything other, like, or skill or particular, or from like, you know, background or various feats that you might, you know?
No, I think it's just survival straight up, just tracking. She's used to having to track things through the woods, so just following that and check out where this leads.
Yeah, make that survival roll. Hell yeah. So you all kind of split up, go to the various things you're trying to track, make a bunch of clues as Simon kind of nervously bounces around, and you see like they're over here by the body, and then they get stretched out a little bit. I cast enlarged on myself so I could and you see like they'll be over here with you, Dudu, and they're saying, "Oh, what do you see over here at the cauldron?" And as you're looking in, there's definitely he says, "That's I believe that was the potion of the week that we were brewing up. We were doing a special sell on what was it? He had it in the notes over there somewhere. He had a big order of some people that come in. He had a job. So this is more of like identifying properties. It helps you like determine different, like, you know, various magical substances, or, you know, can help you detect auras. So it's like a magic detect potion, I believe. But then he like points up over to the table right over here, and he says, "That's where we keep the ingredients of the potions." And as you're looking, Dudu, and looking, like sweeping over the ingredients and taking a look at the potion, you see there's like one empty vial that's sitting there on the table.
Well, it seems that someone has helped themselves to this potion here.
Oh, what's that?
Does this potion, like, would I recognize any part of this at all?
Do you have anything with herbalism or medicine?
I do. I have proficiency in an herbalism kit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so you make an herbalism kits check. You can use wisdom as your skill modifier with that.
I gotta remember how to use the tools.
Yeah, you go to like inventory and then it's like use tool. But it's also like if you have something you're proficient in with wisdom, it's the same, you know, same score.
All right, I'll just roll a wisdom thing. We'll just click survival.
Yeah. Yeah, the proficiency plus thing, 23. Hell yeah. So you begin digging in as Simon, they go to say, yeah, I could help you with that. Oh, okay, you already got it. While that's happening, Finn down low, you're looking over in that area, trying to like track the blood, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you had
I
a
was just trying to
16
see.
survival. Yeah, you're trying to look for like sources of blood and like what happened to cause all of this, and like, you know, like trying to do that like forensic Dexter blood spatter analysis. But like you're looking at it at the way like the water droplets of the liquid are shaped, you know, and it looks like a mess that's just been wantonly tossed around, basically.
Like, does it look placed like placed as in like not actual blood spray, but like someone like purposely placed it there? I mean,
yeah, you start looking at it in that way, and like you're kind of like imagining like recreating those like water droplet splats and stuff like that, and like you're like, oh, this would be like if I was here and like I sprayed out from here, and like, yeah, like this doesn't look like any natural trail of like a struggle or anything like that. Like, you're like, I mean, you look at like this pile here, like that's gratuitous.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you're looking at that, and you're definitely getting an unnatural track. Trixie, you're trying to, you said you've tracked many game and many hunter before, and especially once you get to this tableau up over here, and like the various, there's like arcane armor and various like robes and clothing, and like, you know, things with like slight enchantments and that. As you're looking at that, and you look back at that gnome, you're like, even on that 14, you're like, there's no way all of this blood came from like that body, and like how did it get back over there if the mess is over here, and like the trail is like, you know, like it's those things aren't adding up. So you all have that, and then Simon says, so what do you have over there, Miss tall druid person? What's your name, by the way?
Oh, my apologies. I never did introduce myself. My name is Dudu. It is nice to meet you, Simon.
Yeah, that's Simon with you know, well, it's, you know, what, two eyes, but you know, what, the number 2, Solomon number 2, I guess is the, you know, but I like to just go by Simon. You know, kind of make myself a little bit more unique. But what do you got there? Are you determining what was that substance that's missing?
Yes, and kind of. I guess, yeah. I don't know why I was talking in the Dudu's voice, but yeah, it's just like generally making sure that I know exactly like the substance that's missing, if it's the same as what's in the cauldron. And if that's indeed what he said it's supposed to be. Those are, I guess, the things I would be investigating.
Excellent. So, yeah, you're looking at that. I know it was a 23 with the herbalism survival. Same thing. One, you determine that the substance, like you're looking at stuff for like what would be a detect magic potion, and the like type of ingredients, things that would like determine magical signatures and highlight, you know, exacerbate them. So you kind of see like some of those like sprinkle ingredients that would be used in like a fairy fire, along with like, you know, some like alchemical ingredients that would be used in like a true seeing type spell, and you see those like combined and all of these things. And then you're testing this one, and because your druid background in particular, you know, various herbs, they call it Aor's Bane. It had only very recently been like discovered up in Iselcross, cold, frigid conditions near where like the impact crater had been of the city of Aor had been recently being, you know, discovered or explored. But this herb in particular, you know, the druids have made waves through them because, you know, a whole new species of plant to experiment with. Aor's Bane particularly has anti-magic properties. So like would help for the replication of like an anti-magic spell, or as you do further alchemical tests, you determine that the whatever was in this vial, it had it basically counts as like almost like a poison. You feel like if the right conditions can be meant for it to be inhaled, like some poisons can, then it could have the desired effects of giving an anti-magic.
Well, it looks like we have here a vial that doesn't quite match what's in the cauldron. Uh, the vial has a quite new herb in it that, under the right conditions, could produce a sort of inhaled poison. Perhaps this might be how uh, he has died, but also perhaps not. Further investigation, I believe, is required. Thank you for putting that out. I already forgot the name of the herb.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, that's yeah, no, I maybe that he was supposed to use a little bit of that in the potion, or maybe that was wherever the murderer they used that and they had to leave it in the haste. And it's at that moment, with all this, while you're all doing your investigations and you are coming back through, you all hear a sudden coming in through the other doorway from the north. You just hear up in the north. You hear a tingling of the door, and 4 people walk in. And first you just hear, "Hey gang, what's going on? How can we help here?" In front of your eyes, you first see in front of them a tiny halfling in golden plate, like a white tabard armor, like a blue, cloth down the front, golden hair, piercing blue eyes, and a charming smile. This tiny little halfling enters in. Behind him is a high elf, very pointed face, very beautiful, long red hair with like a little purple flowing dress and a little like a shawl green that matches like the bonnet on her. There is a person in the back, appears to be some wizard or spellcaster of some sort, holding some book, some tome, just like a long, way too large, disheveled, basic orange robe with like a yellow undercut. And then in the middle of them there is a very shaggy, scraggly looking druid, some like little dirty dreadlocks, loose green tunic, green tight pants, and no shoes. He's just carrying a wooden staff. And they walk on in, and the halfling says, "Hello, we're gonna introduce ourselves. We're the investigation crew. Still working on the title. I'm Freddy, the junior prince. I'll let the rest of them introduce themselves." And the one in orange in the back speaks up. She says, "Yeah, hello, my name is Vilmina. I come from the Dwendalian Empire. Pleased to meet you." And then the green person in the middle, he says, "Yeah, my name, you just call me Scraggly. Oh my god, it's really messy in here." And the little high elf, she just pulls her like dress up. She says, "Oh god, it's so messy. I don't want to do anything with this. I'll write some poetry over here in the corner."
Finn goes up, sort of like hearing the bell, like sort of like running up that way. He's like, "Have you not closed the store? like close their door? You have more customers here now. This is gonna..."
"Oh no, we came to answer," and he pulled the whole flyer that you guys saw and you came here. Like he just like has it in his hand. Says, we came to solve the case. What did we got here? Oh god." And then he's like looks at the body in the middle of the floor, and then he looks over at Simon, who has walked up, and you see a look of confusion on his face. And Helma in the back speaks up. She says, "Oh, I see it as a simulacrum spell. Little bit of a something gone awry, perhaps?" Oh yes, Simon speaks up. "There's been a murder. Look, come here. Look, we're just finding some clues now. We think we have the poison that was used to kill them." How do y'all react?
I haven't decided yet. Has anybody else decided?
This tonight could have gone a few ways, and I'm like, I think this is about as weird as it gets.
This is weird. I love it. I love it. It's like, yeah, it's very on par with the campaign of like, there's two groups going after the same target. It's very on par with that. I love it.
They got introduced. They're in town for the thing. Like, it had to happen.
Yeah, it had to happen. I would whisper to Dudu, like, how do you wanna? I mean, we were here first, right? We should be able to like call dibs on this. Like, if we can't figure it out, they can take it. But or if we all get murdered, also, they can take it. But right?
You know, I also don't have conclusive evidence that they're not the murderers. So,
Oh, that's a good point. We could be checking. That's a good point. We should get them in here and start questioning them. Hold on. Like, way too loud whisper. Trixie!
Um,
Come here! And then at one point you like hear in your head, Trixie, as you made a comment about knowing, I think, the message spell or something like that. You hear in your head like, come here! In a little like closer whisper. This is one of the things I took on Level Up. Message spell.
Yeah, you see they begin fanning out at the top as Trixie comes down, and Simon basically you see Simon goes over to like start like catching them up on what's happening here, but like they all stay at that top landing at the moment.
Trixie leans towards Aljin and goes, in your head, you hear me say yes? That she verbalized all of that.
Oh. Yeah, I did as you said it because you told me to. That kind of hurts. Like, it's a reverb that sort of happens like you said it as I thought it, and anyway. I can only imagine Dudu just... I don't know.
I don't know if Dudu's used to Trixie's shenanigans or not.
Maybe that's
I think Trixie just has it out for you.
All right, so what do we think? We have dibs in this, right, Trixie? Like, we were here first, right? And then they come marching in, and they get some of the stuff that we, as he like obviously did not come with anything, but Dudu did, that we figured out, and now they're reaping the benefits of this.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's whoever solves the case. So, no dibs.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, you're saying that only because we got here first. If we got here second,
exactly.
You definitely wouldn't like it if they called dibs.
No, I would assume one of them killed him.
You used to think one of them
I don't
got
know.
him?
Probably not, but that was just an idea. Just a basic thought. Dude, what do you think?
I think I'm just going to investigate a little more myself. I don't necessarily mind that they're here, but I also don't want them to get in my way.
I mean, there's a lot of blood for this gnome, right?
Yes, there's a lot of blood for
I mean, if
us.
it was
There's
up
blood
and
all over
around
the entrance
there,
room, too. They just walked by it.
It seems like it's planted. Like, I was looking over in the front entryway. If he's here, why would you drag him all the way through the front and all the way through the back? I mean, it looks like someone just like placed blood there.
Are we sure it's all his blood?
No, I don't.
No.
I have not even tried that.
I mean, what? How do we even decide if it is his blood or not?
Well, it's kind of old, otherwise I'd say taste.
I was thinking the same thing. I wasn't going to lick it because I heard in like at one point if it's sticky and not yours, don't touch it. And that's actually very good on a lot of levels. But in this case,
Ugh.
yeah, I know.
I was going to recommend not licking it because I'm pretty sure the floor is made of wood and you'll get a splinter.
Oh, that makes sense too.
I mean, to be fair, I probably would have licked it.
That's true.
Any- Does anyone lick the blood?
This.
Trixie is staring at Aljin to see if he does it.
Aljin will go down and he'll sniff it and like try to like figure out if he's going to lick it. And seeing when Kieran left, did Aljin see him transform into a sparrow? Like, was that like one of the things he like transformed, like took off?
Yeah, he streamed it. He probably
Okay.
he probably transformed to like a giant eagle to get like 80 flight.
Cool. Aljin's like gonna like go down and like sniff a little bit, and as he like goes to sniff, he sort of he thinks like, man, I wish I was, a dog or something. He like turns into a canine and he casts polymorph on himself.
Sick.
Which is one of the feats I just took. I got some spells, and one of them is polymorph. And he polymorphs himself into just a dog, and he's starting to sniff around to see if all this. I don't know what he's getting. He's getting something, I think.
Yeah, make
I don't know.
that perception check with the keen smelling advantage.
So a straight roll.
Radium
You mean
form is
roll
still
as,
in there, yeah.
as a dog? Hold on, give me a
Should
second.
have turned Dudu into a dog.
Well, it's not like how he thinks. It's just sort of he's like thinking.
Yeah, I'll let you use your wisdom for it,
A +4
or whatever's higher.
Let me see what a dog's is.
I mean, dogs are pretty wise. I don't know.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. I was waiting for D&D Beyond to actually do something. It's spinning right now. It might just be a D20 +4 on the straight roll. There's a lot of spinning here that's not happening. Okay, so I'm just gonna roll D20 +4. 10.
10. All right. It's hard. You're not. I mean, I don't know how much blood you've smelled. I mean, it's in the Betrayer's Rise. You never went there. When
Nope,
traveling
never went
through
there.
the Wastelands, you definitely remember. Whenever you guys, you remember the smell of like demon ichor. You know that like irony smell of blood.
I think with a 10, you seem to smell it, and then he like looks around, and you see him lick it.
Hell yeah.
Blech. Blech.
With your dog keen taste. It is blood.
Uh-huh.
It's I'm just like how would you be able to discern different types of blood? Do you
He
think?
has no clue.
Yeah.
He just licked it because he's a dog now.
Uh-huh.
I know and it's polymorph. It's not druidcraft. It's polymorph. He's now a dog.
Yeah.
So he like starts heading this way and like sniff, lick.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he can discern, but sniff, lick. If you allow me to make one more roll.
Yeah,
that'd be
make
great.
one more straight. It'd be an actual advantage roll. Okay, yeah, perfect.
How about D20? How about a 24?
Yeah, that 20. We'll allow it.
Me? Let's just see. Let's just see if I can
you
run
get
on
a double.
D20. Okay, no, I can't.
So what is the thing most you're looking for?
I think it would be people's. I mean, it would be smell. It wouldn't be people's blood. It would be smell. It would be he smelled over this way, and then he licked it because he's a dog. Well, as he like came back this way where he was like initially checking, he's sniffing right here, and he sniffs, and it wouldn't be like he licks it. He sniffs and like stops, and like that thing what dogs do, where they like almost pounce on things and they sniff, and they're like almost ready to dig. Like something's different.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what.
And it does actually kind of work like that because you kind of come down around, you come up to here, and then you fall back around, and you're seeing that is kind of like where the trail. It all like started at the cauldron, came down up over here, back down around, and then the trail keeps going back up over here, and then there's a spot like over here in this corner. And then like I think as a dog you kind of come running up over. to that top area, following the trail where the other party is. And as you like kind of barge through, you just hear like, "Oh, hey, man!" And then you see the druid person looks over at you, and they're like, "Oh, it's like that, huh? Okay." And then they just begin chanting a little bit, and then their shape, they get down on all fours, and you see they transform into a dog themselves. There's the last member. It's not a druid and a dog in the party.
That's cool. I like the juxtaposition's nice.
Yeah. And then you see he barks out, like everyone in common can understand him, but you can also in your dog understand him, and he just says, "I look better."
Oh, a new druid.
Oh, what do you?
Sorry.
Yeah, and
2024
and you
druid.
see he comes over and smells your butt. I mean, it's gonna happen. Actually.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Totally unhinged at this point, Jack.
I mean, I'm like, this is how things go. This is everything that's been lined up so far. They're going to make a perception check on you, actually. Yeah. And they're coming over in the corner and trying to see what you smell and stuff as well. What do you two, Dudu and Trixie, do in this moment as the dogs?
I feel like I'd move on to the next part of my investigation. I think taking an actual look at the body itself, specifically looking for wounds and where did all this blood come from?
Excellent. So that would be a straight medicine check. Trixie.
I think they're.
Aha, they're being.
Yep.
Awesome. I'll say they'll probably just give you help in this moment.
I was gonna say help.
Yeah.
We got a 22 on the medicine check.
Oh yeah, you can roll again. Getting the help
Sure.
action from Trixie.
Crit.
They're doing the oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, did you see this over here yet? It actually helped. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It helped, a 24.
Amazing. As you do all of that, you see Freddy, the junior prince, starts walking. I just can't. I can't. This is so stupid. This is the stupidest thing
perfect.
I've ever done in D&D. And I did It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia somehow. You see.
Okay, this is not the dumbest thing you've ever done in D&D. You had me as a player where we fought cocaine bears and Shia LaBeouf, actual cannibal.
Okay.
Well, this is the dumbest he's done recorded on D&D.
Yeah.
This is
He's realizing that he is recording this and he's gonna put it on the internet for people to enjoy.
Oh, notice how I built them all in Hero Forge, so I am not using copyrighted images.
There you go.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god, it's so good. That 24 medicine check. You begin investigating the body very differently than how Morgan would do it, I imagine.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I would say what parts and so you're looking for blood and wounds and stuff and trying to find a means of death.
Right.
Yeah. With that, you're not finding any major wounds. There seem to be a few slashes that you do determine there's some some blood on the body that is different than what's spread all around. As you look this closely and you're looking at the viscosity of the fluids, they're covered in all this gore, and then as you start investigating the body, you see it's a few random cuts and nicks and stuff like that. But there was a little bit of blood flow that seemed to kind of congeal, basically once a body is in that dead state, for like, you know, it's what would happen if like you cut a body that like just died, kinda. But you do notice a distinct difference between like that blood and whatever that mess is between like everything else. And as that happens, Wilhelmina, she says, all good. Wilhelma will go over to Simon, and she says, "Yeah, so has there been any, been doing any crazy magical experiments? Been pissing off any hags or warlocks or anything like that?" And you see Simon says, "Oh, well, no, we've been, we got a job recently from the Allegiance of Allsight. They had this crazy new, mineral crystal thing, and, yeah, he was more of a specialty and, like containment, Solomon was. They specialize in, like, containment magic, the enchantment, and, stuff like that. They've enchanted everything here in the store. They're able to contain spells, and they've captured many great creatures, but they're all in the various knickknacks and safe baubles around the shop and hidden away. Our biggest rival would be the person we pissed off the most is I'm Kenzie, this tiefling next door, and he gestures over to like the building what would be like on the right side of the map, as he's like facing Wilhelmina. Yeah, Wilhelmina. That's it. I have to say it that fast. He says, that shop owner's been really pissed off at us lately, so I could see them, maybe setting something up like that. There's been all sorts of, murders and disappearances and ghosts all around the town lately. And Freddie, Prince Jr., speaks up and says, yes, yeah, that's what we came into town for. We heard the grand tournament. We'd love to, throw our hand in the ring, but, there's all these ghosts and demons. I bet they have something to do with it. And as he investigates and looks over here, he says, have you been getting any, requests around the shop lately? What's this? And he pulls out, a note from, that's on top of that desk. And he reads out loud, from the, city, it seems the Cobalt Soul has, sent a letter asking if anyone has, been, trying to ask about, sell, or buy any artifacts of Betrayer Gods. What's this all about? And Simon says, there was, they sent a warning that, there was a cultist from the, Dwendalian Empire that, might be in town. They had stolen a, artifact that belonged to the, gods here. And that they might, keep an eye out for anything like that. We can't let anything with the Betrayer Gods and cultists happen in the city. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Play amongst
do
yourselves.
you guys need anything? So that conversation is all happening. If you need any recap, it's been a lot of me talking to myself.
That's the best part.
I'm like, yeah, you guys should probably do stuff too. No,
No, it's
no,
cool.
no, I mean, you guys are fucking killing it on your investigations. I would say, Dudu, did you get all of that info? I don't think they're back yet.
I just returned. I caught the very tail end of it.
Okay. But yeah, you got your dump on the body and everything like that.
Yeah, it's small cuts and stuff, but nothing that would be conducive of all this blood.
Exactly. And you definitely see the body definitely appears to be dead.
I think at this point, Al will come back, just trying to get around this dog without getting his butt snipped too many times. And then, go ahead.
Oh, actually, when you're in that corner, you follow that trail of blood. Yeah, say, back to you. So you have the dog that comes rushing in over there, and the trail kind of ends there, but there's all sorts of baubles and figurines. There's this like one figurine. There's like one of like a dog. There's like one of there's like an elephant sitting on there, and then like a few other random shapes of animals, like an eagle, and an elk.
And they all have. So smelling them, do they all have like the equal amount of blood splatter against them, or is one like a little
So you
more...
see one that does have like a little bit of like a tinge of red to it. Yeah, you see there's elephant, a dog, and then the other two are a steed and then a raven. And then the one with an elephant, it does have like a reddish tint to it. What is it that like can dogs see red? I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know. Yeah,
man.
I don't. Yeah.
It'd be like a
So it's hard to tell the
like,
difference.
smell it
Yeah,
for the-
between like the scent is on everything, all over here, but that blood spatter seems to definitely like there's a red tinge to that one with the elephant.
Okay. He'll grab it in his
Okay.
mouth, and he's going to like very like happily, so proud of himself, head up high, walk over to Dudu.
You grab it in your mouth, put your head up high, really proud, this little red elephant figurine, and as soon as you touch it, there's this like a flash of vroom, red, and you feel like a wave that thrums throughout your body because it like comes from also the spot of red that's like a little dot of like a red spot on your paw, and that like flares up at the same time. That figurine begins to grow in size with a red tinge, and it lets out a as it becomes huge in size, automatically busts through the front of the store, comes alive, and starts rampaging out into the courtyard. We are all going to go to break, and when we get back, we will roll initiative.
I love this.
Oh my.
This is great.
This is all of the insanity.
This is a fantastic friend. Just weirdness. I love it. I'm here for it.
I could have gone full horror, but I'm like, you know what?
This is better. In a way, this is like in a very Scooby-Doo way.
It's the
this is better.
uncanny valley of uneasiness. Like, everything is just weird.
Yep.
But anyway, I digress. Let's get
There's
that
the
music.
music.
There is it.
I know y'all waiting for it. Let's be right back. That's right. It's 10 o'clock.
These little one shots are fun.
Oh yeah, I'm digging it.
These, I feel like, I mean, I have like a bad time of feeling like it's like the Aljin games, and I like want to like throw it to you guys too. Like Dudu's a great character. Of like this whole session's a, you know, 2 sessions are great characters. It's just like I'm trying to pull back.
Oh no, you're good. I'm using a different voice for Dudu today too. I actually think I like
Love
this
it.
one better.
Love it. I do love it. You started up with it. I was like, that's great. It's such a good voice for the character.
It's really funny because like the name is really like an old throwback to when I used to play World of Warcraft. And then the last name is an acronym actually for pure of heart, dumb of ass.
Beautiful.
So like maybe not the smartest one, but
Yeah.
good
I think
intention.
in this party is the smartest one. I mean, let's see, what's Al's whiz? Well, intelligence. My intelligence is 0. I'm a 10 intelligence, so it's like you might be the smartest one.
Well, Dudu's intelligence is 12.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it.
Not knowing what Trixie's is, the way they're playing Trixie seems about that, right? Seems about like that.
Maybe charisma.
It's a fun group. It's like a enjoyable group to play in. This one.
Yeah.
Spotlighting you guys enough, like giving you guys enough to do like other things with.
Well, especially I wasn't too sure, like our party comp and blah blah blah, and like murder mystery, like what is there to do?
I got
sometimes?
to watching the this first episode like back recently, and I'm like, Dudu sounds way too much like Morgen. Like I gotta separate the two.
Mm-hmm.
That is very fair. That's something down. Where did I put it?
But I mean, also, Dudu wise, like information he gave in this session's like, all right,
I'll be right
there's
back.
reasons he like Aljin goes to certain people. Like Aljin and Morgen clicked because Aljin views him as like his grandma. So it's very much like the clicking there. And I think Aljin's clicking with Dudu because Dudu's also another like leader of a group. So he's like clicking with that person too. Our characters click a lot.
Yeah, which is good.
Intelligence,
Right,
and you are the smartest one in our group.
That's not good. I'm an Eladrin.
I gotta call work again. I'll be right back.
That's funny. Trixie, as much as Saeryn is like the free-spirited one, you picked another like version of that as Trixie, and it's even more confusing.
They're technically both originating in the Feywild.
Yeah.
Except I think Trixie actually has the memories of living there, and Saeryn doesn't.
Okay. And that's why Trixie's a little more sing-songy. Yeah. Like the statements they give are a little like, okay, that wasn't an answer to me, but to her it was probably, or them. Are they them or her?
You're lucky you got her name.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a riddle in it. Like, what's your name? No, I know those games. I will not give you my name.
Yeah, it's been really fun and get to do the things.
Hey, we have a serious enough game in the main campaign. Let's do weird shit.
Exactly. Alright, give me 1 second. I thought I had gotten thing.
You know, you didn't get a blood red elephant like up and ready.
You know, it was one of those I thought I had like made the token a while ago when like early day prep stuff, but No
That
worries.
could have been a week ago.
Oh no, as in like over half a year ago stuff.
Oh yeah, that happens too. I've made double tokens and like went to go load them up. Like, I have two. Which one do I like better? Because I made them like 7 months apart
Mhm.
when I thought we were gonna get to that part of the campaign, and then we actually did.
Like, you know,
Dude, right when you said the name of the shop, the Goggins pop-up shop, I wish I had my camera activated. the jokes that like 4 out of 4 people that would ever listen to this would actually get.
it was Michael. I need to do a wizard
Yep.
that I can
Do I have a
do easy
wizard?
art for. Oh yeah.
Not knowing what kind of wizard this is, Aaron's meta knowledge is going, I know who killed the guy.
Do you?
No, I have no clue. I just literally I'm just trying to pick spells and feats because like I said I'm only taking feats in this game and not like the bonus to anything. So I gotta like tie all that crap in with what just happened, which explains like the polymorph spell and things that he sees. That's what I'm trying to like play this whole character as like as he intakes something in the last few sessions, he's going to like adopt them as his own because that's sort of like how I'm picking up as a sorcerer, as like he gains innate knowledge of like spells. And he didn't understand how Kieran like turned himself into a creature, but like he could like figure it out like innately, like oh, you just augment yourself like this and he can do it. That's sort of how I'm playing this whole character. That's why I have like a bajillion spells in my my spell book or my repertoire right now.
I mean, you got to be prepared. Let me get
I have
some.
9 cantrips.
You need more.
It seems like I'm just picking stuff that needs more cantrips. I have a lot of stuff I can do. None of them are like really great, but I got stuff I can do.
All right, we're officially going to move y'all over.
I think Dudu is on a work call again.
Okay, we'll take a few more moments. Get everyone ready, set up.
Yeah, let me take a look at this map.
So just ignore the top part. So this map is made from, I usually have them in my credits on the thing I got from the Reddit Netherdeep person. Then they have a whole like DM binder page with the maps.
Oh, nice.
Let me see if I can shout this one out. It's Tessa Presents via DM's Guild. The other maps have been from Chepeku, of course, stuff from the book. And then the one song that I played in the beginning that was really Western whistly, that was song Tornado from the band Wintergarten, who has all of their stuff as a free use license that you can purchase for $0.
Nice.
And yeah, this map is really fun, just so pretend like this is the shop, front. And that's you guys are at the very end, so you guys are all the way down here, and ignore the cutoff at the top.
I'm not gonna pretend that's what it is, Jack.
It's the power of fucking D&D, baby.
The power of my mind.
And actually, this thing's just
This
supposed
is
to be
amazing.
huge, so it's just 3 squares. Yep. It's a really big map, so it's more like this.
It's a really big map.
Yeah, I just realized, I'm like, oh, these are small squares.
Yeah. Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, because this actually map should be like half the size as it actually is. But for combat
just blew it
purposes,
up.
oh well, yeah.
That's good.
It's what we got.
That's what we got.
All right, everyone all good and back?
I think we're still missing Dudu. Before you came in, we were talking about who is the smartest person on our team, and at this point we realized it is Dudu with a 12. Trixie and Aljin both have a 10 intelligence.
I mean, unless you're a wizard. It's a dump stat, baby.
I mean, true.
Even though the people who make the most intelligence-based rolls are fucking clerics for religion.
Yeah. Now, okay, so I rolled a straight roll. This is technically, do I roll a disadvantage?
Let's do straight roll
or...
for,
Okay. I mean, a 10.
yeah.
Still not great.
This song is called Timpani for the Devil.
It'd be great for an elephant attack. I agree.
Yeah, we'll say it got like this far out of the city. Didn't, get too far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love that. I do love that you threw in like some, like, what happens if we went for the ghost earlier in the game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what we should do? We should go find a ghost, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
There's reports of a ghost. I'm sure no one else has taken care of this yet.
No one's taken the care
There's
of the
definitely
ghost,
a ghost there. Hey, you heard there's a cultist in the city? There's a bloody demon that's been walking around. There's all sorts of shit happening.
Investigate our own party for like 3 sessions.
Now that would be a good one, actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I should have just made that the hook.
Just, yeah, investigate ourselves. Oh, that would have been great.
And actually, I don't need to hide this thing. This is what it is. Ruidium elephant, baby.
Oh, damn. Oh.
Nat
Dude,
20.
Nat 20 just still goes after me.
So I have a question, Jack.
Yeah.
And it's a good question. Ooh, it's a great question. Is it made out of ruidium?
Aljin, you recognize
you.
the mineral
Well, he's
immediately.
A dog.
Do you stay in dog form?
Absolutely not. It would shock him. It would like.
I'm pretty sure
him
bursting
out
out
of
of your mouth would cause enough damage to come out of wild
probably.
shape form.
Probably it would have shot him out of form. But what happens, Jack?
You came in contact with it. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Ooh, I love those.
Really don't want a 1 on that.
No, it's a 19.
Fine. You feel the thrum of it, so like you felt it through your paw, and like it coming from that as well. Knows the shock of those two meeting in the middle, and like you just felt it in your body, and then it comes through in that full crystalline red form, and you know immediately that that is made out of ruidium somehow.
It like
Yeah.
You see him like it shoots out, and he like equal distance, like he gets shot back and like into Aljin form.
Awesome. Out of Dudu and Trixie, who has Trixie would be the higher initiative. Yeah, I think Trixie has +4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Trixie will be first up to go. Yeah, we'll let Trixie go on up real first. I will say we can let Trixie. What's going on through your head? How are you feeling right now?
I think she's upset that there's an elephant trashing through things, getting in the way of what seemed to be a pretty good investigation that was going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you all run out to the front of the store, and you see the other team pretty much go like, Freddy, like they look over, they're like, oh, you guys got this. And Scraggy was like, yeah, we'll take care of stuff in here. We'll look around for you while you do that.
So there were 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to save that many arrows.
I feel it so much.
Hey, say it with me.
And
This episode,
right
there are
names.
no orphans, okay?
No.
Okay, here's the problem. When you said it, this episode there's no orphans. I heard this episode there's no witnesses. I want
Different party, different states.
Is that
no witnesses?
is that like the Fey equivalent of if a tree falls in the woods? If an orphan is made and there's no witnesses?
Yeah, 100%.
what do you think happens to orphans in the Feywild?
They get there somehow.
No witnesses.
Well, they get eaten, is what happens, generally speaking. You don't want to be an orphan in the Feywild.
And honestly, getting eaten as an orphan in the Feywild is relatively a better possible outcome.
Oh yeah, you get turned into like a cupcake or some garbage by a hag.
Like,
it's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah. Say if a hag finds you, you wish you got ate by the weird plant.
Is Trixie some timey-wimey version of the orphan we handed off into those driders? Or those not driders, those
I do not remember the gender of that baby.
I don't
It was
either,
baby.
but- Oh Jesus.
Also, Trixie is definitely a ladron.
Okay, alright.
So
Yeah.
Because that would have been phenomenal.
I mean,
stop
honestly,
revealing my backup characters.
it works.
I'm sorry.
It works. Just saying, at the timey-wimey of Feywild, it works.
Sorry
We'll
about
let Trixie.
That just hit me in my head real hard. I'm like, oh, good lord. What did we do?
Trixie needs to get the heck away from this thing because she isn't supposed to tank hits.
You're like, I don't get aggro. I don't draw aggro.
I mean, technically, I probably could.
I think you're the best one of us.
Yeah, but I don't have crossbow expert, so I don't want to be in melee.
It's running away at this point, right? It ran out.
It ran out, and then you all ran in after it, and it kind of like sees some movement, and it's like wheeling around
that's
now.
good.
But like, you see there's like tons of civilians and people as they're like, they leave a bunch of mess as they make their way down through. All that debris that's already there before the elephant comes through somehow.
Let me ask this. Trixie starts... She obviously sees a giant elephant, but she looks around. Is there anything else hostile other than the elephant?
Go ahead, make a perception. 21. Yeah, you're like scanning rooftops, looking like down both alleys up in front. You don't see anything. You just see a bunch of like civilians just like running frightened away from like the markets and stuff like that nearby. Here, I'll start getting some people out there actually for y'all.
In that case, I think Trixie's immediate thought is take this down as quickly as possible. Like, in a not jokey, like, very focused kind of way. Time to tap into that samurai.
Yeah, I'll start getting some townsfolk out there for you.
Gets to about here. Because, again, she is the one who can tank hits, even though she really doesn't want to, guys. But I guess it's her job. Bonus action, Fighting Spirit. The next two shots will be made at triple advantage due to elven accuracy. I'm also adding Sharpshooter to them.
Do all of the things.
23 and 17 to hit.
Hit.
That's going to be, I believe that's 42 damage. Magical piercing.
You said 42?
23 plus 19 is 42, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Action surge.
So, do it again.
Like I said, if there's one enemy, there's no reason not to just blast it.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, crit, hey.
Oh, crit, hey.
The crits are worthless on sharpshooter shots.
Truly. I mean, it's an extra die.
I also don't have piercer, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah.
things to fix later.
So it's 49?
49, yeah, looks like it.
So,
Oh, only 49. Only like... Is that 50, 60 some damage?
Wait, I do have piercer. That's why it's added in that extra d6.
oh, yeah. Yeah, you just did a lot of damage. That was 42 plus 49.
Oh, hold on. Once per turn, I can re-roll piercing damage from an attack.
So reroll that one.
I'm going to re-roll the 1.
Yeah, see, it's not in there.
There you go.
So I'll add 4 more onto that.
Yep.
Yeah, you see this thing wheels around, and it is pissed off. It is... Turns around, looks right at you.
It's like cackling manically at the thing they just shot a whole bunch. Like, did a really good job shooting it and has just managed to make it mad. This is bad. End of turn.
All right.
I am back. Perfect time.
That is amazing, actually. Yeah, you see Trixie just unload into this red elephant figure that just came up bursting out of, like, the dog went to go pick it up out of the corner and carry it back, like, very proudly, and then it just grew up out of their mouth, erupted, and ran right out the storefront. Y'all jumped up there, and it is now looking back in your all's direction.
Trixie, do you think you could do that again? And I will move up, and we will cast at... Is it second level? Third level, maybe? I'm gonna find my spell. It's a third level spell. We will cast... Oh no, I need to just display it. I'm trying to use flame arrows again.
Oh, I can definitely shoot it some more.
Hell yeah.
So I will enchant your next, what is it, 13 arrows or something? 12?
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah. I mean, that's really good.
Yep,
Lucky
I'll
for you,
enchant your
I've got
next
16 arrows.
Nice. So I will mark my concentration and move a little bit more. We're gonna get away from you a little.
All right. We'll move on in turn. Is now the elephant. Yeah, so it's this is its movement, and it comes up and runs and does a trampling charge. It like backs up and then lunges right at you, Trixie.
It's retreating! Oh god!
And is going to go ahead and make a gore attack on you. 27 to hit. All right, so that is going to be 19 piercing damage, and then as it strikes you, you feel a sharp lance of pain in your brain, and you also take 9 psychic damage.
Total of 28.
And then you must make a strength saving throw. All right, it tries to knock you prone, but then it's going to make a... Oh, it does not get to follow up with its stomp attack as a bonus action because you did not get knocked prone. That is very, very, very good.
Suck my dump stat, elephant!
And it's just trampling around.
Oh no, it might!
Finn.
Touching this thing that's made out of ruidium has like set something off in like his brain. Like he's sort of, and I know logistically he made the save, but you see it like flare up in him, in that the spot on his hand is sort of like creeping up, like starts to glow as this thing like charges his friend, like his newly found friend, and his like something comes over him and he like just his fingernails like the red comes across his hands, both hands, and he like claws out as primal savagery comes up to this point, and he starts clawing at the thing for, let's see, this is a cantrip, primal savagery. He just picked up as he makes an attack on the creature, a 28, as he like just screams and like starts clawing at this thing.
21 hits.
10 points of acid damage as he looks this thing and like starts panting, and then like looks around, comes to himself like, oh no, and like remembers like it's not just him, there's other people around him, and what can he do? Like his friend just got hit and she shouldn't be there, as he casts vortex warp on both Trixie and Dudu, with using part of his meta magic to twin the spell, to put them up.
Yeah, it's so good.
Both all these characters are very flavor forward. As you both feel this tide come and like pull you and push you, and if you choose to fail, you're both going to be up on top of this building, like teleported from him, from Finian, or from Aljin. So it's up to you guys if you feel it. I know at least one of you felt the teleportation spell before in the tomb, but it would sort of be like, oh no, you guys need to get out of here, and you hear him say that as he like shoves you guys, like you see his hands like shoving you guys away, and you feel like the pull of the tide shove you up.
Think Dudu would try and resist this effect.
Okay.
It is a con save.
Let me look real fast.
I believe so.
Yeah, it is a con 15.
Failed anyway.
Yeah, you're shoved up on top. You're both on top of the building here, because I assume that's
Trixie
up a
will
little
fail.
bit. You're up, like looking down at Finn or at Aljin as you guys are shoved up there, and he's not moving away. That's his turn, because if he moves, he knows what's going to happen. So he's just sort of like, "No, guys, out of here!" And like you see like the flare comes up on his claws, and like goes down. He's like, "No, go!" and shoves you guys up, and then that's it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
like
How
sort of
high up
comes
are
to
we?
himself looking at
It's about
looking
20
at this
foot up.
creature.
So you're a little bit above head level, but you feel like if it really wanted to.
I mean, it's just up and away is sort of what he wanted. What Aljin is wanted to put you guys.
Here we
out
go.
of what he assumed would be like combat range, but who knows? And
So
that's my turn.
this is some Friday 13th music.
Mm-hmm.
We got
Why
there.
not?
All right. It'll be Finn's turn. Awesome. And that turn, at the end of your turn, the townsfolk just go running off in the one direction, away from the chaos, to get out of danger. Back up to the top round for Trixie.
Trixie takes point on top of this little pointy thing. Yeehaw! I can't action surge, but I will bonus action another fighting spirit.
Amazing. Advantage.
I did forget one thing about fighting spirit is that it gives me 5 temporary hit points, so I'm just going to
do it
return
now.
5 hit points to myself.
Perfect, yeah. And then give yourself a new 5 since you used it again. And then you make your shots.
'24, 22.
Hit. It's 38.
All right, so that's 38. Plus.
Oh yeah, 2 d6 from the flaming arrows. plus another 8.
Yeah.
This thing's looking fucked up, and it's looking around for you. It doesn't see where, sees all the arrows raining in now from a new angle, and it is feeling that pressure. Anything else on your turn?
No, I don't have anything else I can do. End of turn.
All right, Dudu, you're up.
All right, Dudu is going to conjure up a bit of frost magic here and try and cast a frost bite spell. Ooh, this is a con save DC 16.
Con save 16. It is pretty con heavy, but not good enough. But it's gonna be a 10.
All right, and if it fails, it take the damage and has disadvantage on its next. It says weapon attack roll made before
we'll make
the
it.
end of its turn.
Yeah, it's a core weapon. You said it was
That sounds
12.
great because our AC of the only creature within range is
Anything
low.
else, Dudu?
No, that'll do.
All right, it is the elephant's turn, and it sees one target left in front of it right now, and it is with its 40 feet of movement. Back up. Run through with another charging trample. It's going to hit you with the gore. This is going to be at disadvantage.
11, by the way, is the AC.
13 to hit.
Still hits.
So it's 25 piercing, 8 psychic. As you feel that ruidium lance through you again, make a strength saving throw for me. This is the big one.
Let me take some damage real quick. A strength saving throw?
Yes, DC 16.
Okay, cool. -1.
So you need a 17 or higher on the die.
A 7.
You are knocked prone, and the elephant can make one stomp attack as a bonus. So it's now going to reach down. You're prone, so this attack's at advantage. There it is.
Yeah, the crit definitely hits.
So that is 55 bludgeoning plus 14. So that is 69 damage.
Nice. So
that's so dumb.
So my max HP is 47.
So you don't go double over.
You don't go double over. You do if you're counting I'm only at 14 hit points.
Wait a minute. Really?
Christ.
Yeah, I'm at 14
that
hit
count.
points.
So you're 14 minus 69.
Yeah.
And what's your total?
47 is my total HP. Go ahead. That's
fine. Fuck.
Go ahead.
That's. Go ahead. Does it have to be 0 or is it straight? Because
what's the rule? What's
I think it's in one attack. I'll put it this way: you got hit with the 35, which would have brought you down to 0, and then getting hit at all would have given you 2 failed death saves.
Correct. It would at least put me to 2 death saves at this point.
Okay.
So we can leave it to a roll because there is a single roll here that can make it interesting.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and move on to Aljin's turn. I'm just looking.
You hit the squishiest thing.
I said
Why'd you send me away?
I mean, there's a lot going on in Aljin's brain.
Go ahead,
Death
make
wish.
that death
Wait a
saving
minute.
throw.
Wait. Is it too late to use a reaction?
Do you have a reaction?
I do actually.
Hearing the minor panic in the DM's voice.
Oh no! I'm just like I want to make sure I do
cool
the
with this,
rules,
man.
so I want to make sure like the actual
There we
over under.
go.
I mean, at least wouldn't be a crit.
Can we silvery barbs that?
Yes, because you would have had that readily available. That is amazing. You probably just saved Aljin's life. Let's roll one more attack. Oh, where did that one out of millions of tabs go? There it is. One more gore. Or wait, no, stop. Sorry. It's still a plus 10, so.
This should be an 18. I mean, it hits.
Yeah. So here I'll just roll the
100%
damage
hits.
on this one.
What?
So this is 27 bludgeoning and 9 psychic.
It still puts me at. It would.
So how much are we at from the first attack?
So the first attack, I was at 14 points after the first attack.
Okay, so this attack puts you
it
down.
Just puts me at. Yeah, puts me down. I'm down.
Whew. That big difference there. Whew.
And Trixie gets advantage.
All right.
Who does?
Trixie.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, Finn, Aljin, make a death saving throw.
100%. Straight D20, right?
Yep, straight to 20. Yeah, that was close. Good reaction.
That was
almost right back up.
It was very funny when you're like a crit. I'm like, I'm dead. Like this is an interesting thing.
All right. So you have one death save. Pass. Let's go on to Trixie.
All right, hold on. I've got to map out some distances real quick. Okay, based on... Did you see that line? I'm not sure if I turned that on.
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, so it was the red one. So based on that line, it's 25 feet of movement for me to get to next to Aljin. I could probably do it in 20. What is it? The yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just double. I thought it was in the DMG, but it was in the player's handbook under combat damage rules.
I was about to say, is that one of the optional rules? I'm not even sure. No, those are all in the DM.
Yeah,
all the optional.
No,
rules.
this isn't a straight player's handbook.
It would have.
Yeah.
It would have put me. I was at like 12 or 13 hit points, and then you hit me with like a billion.
Yeah, that
damage.
That crit did it. Yeah,
that's the best silvery barbs. I thought 100%. Nobody had that this time.
Yeah, I'm in great for the main campaign to meet these two and be like, yeah, we just lost a party member.
I know. I was like, oh god, what do we tell the main part?
Have to RP with you guys. It'd be fantastic.
All right, so this is what Trixie's going to do. This is a complete just leap jump off this 2-story building.
All right, make a athletics or acrobatics. See if you get knocked prone as you fall. You're fine. With that high of a roll, you'll just take 2 bludgeoning as you land.
Oh no, my temp HP.
Yeah. All right, you get right up on it.
Here we go. One second, double checking. I haven't used this feature before. Not with a spring Eladrin. Trixie bends down. Hey, Aljin, are you willing to go somewhere else?
I mean, he's
unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
She grabs his head and like nods it. Good for you. Lays puts a hand on him, and whoom, Misty steps him back to the top of the roof. Using my spring phase step feature. When you use your phase step, you can touch one willing creature within 5 feet of you. That creature then teleports instead of you, appearing in an unoccupied space of your choice you can see within 30 feet of you.
I will say, only just because in the last few episodes, Matt Mercer has explicitly ruled unconscious creatures cannot be willing creatures.
I guess it's okay. It does say specifically with
willing creature, yeah.
Willing creature, yeah. That would be too bad. In that case, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, I was like about to be like, fuck yeah, and as soon as you said willing creature, I'm like, oh no, someone just tried doing this, and this is Exandria, fuck. So yeah, I'll say I do like the rule, unconscious creatures cannot be willing.
In my defense, I don't know how they'd stop me. Well, that's a Trixie thing to think, isn't it?
Do I become an object?
You're not dead yet.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's only
damn
on death you become an object.
I know. I was sort of hoping.
The real struggle is the fact that a willing creature can be teleported, but there isn't a save for a willing creature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you'd have to fail a wisdom saving throw, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And you would.
I mean, technically, I would. I mean, I can't if I'm not willing, I would fail it because.
Well, since I can't do that,
You gave it a new target.
I stand over here instead.
In it, under it.
Ah! Oh boy. Okay, this is fine. First is my advantage attack.
Which makes sense because you're like shooting straight up into
20
it.
to hit.
Yep. That'll work.
That was from Silver Barbs. This next one is an actual just flat attack, so I'm not going to use Sharpshooter on it.
And then add a d6 onto the other.
1. All right, and here we go. Oh no, you've covered me.
That is right on top of you, lurching around. You're in a very dangerous position. Say that last attack come through.
Mm-mm.
Is it actually that close to me? Then this is at disadvantage.
Oh, yeah. You've been under with melee of it because you teleport right under it, right?
Oh Jesus!
Fucking hell.
Well then.
Disadvantage, eh? How about I roll 2 crits?
All right.
I'm gonna re-roll the 1.
Perfect. So you tell me how that bolt finds its true mark. Bear in mind that as soon as this happens, the elephant starts to fall over and start to collapse right on top of you.
I think I teleported underneath that. Didn't actually realize. Trixie didn't realize that it was that close. Just had the measurements off and wasn't seeing things clearly. It starts firing and manages to get up under it somehow, which is not what she wanted to do. And panic fires perfectly, letting instincts take over and just right up into the neck of this Ruidian elephant.
Yeah, as that happens, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, man.
And then I bonus action.
3 crits in a row.
That is actually amazing.
I'm intrigued and upset by this. I'm gonna second wind as a bonus action.
So as that happens, as you shoot it and it begins to fall, you expertly dodge out of the way and go to put your hands up as it's falling down, and as it's collapsing on top of you, you can't tell because it's right on top of you in that perspective view, and it's looming large, still hasn't hit, and it's almost on top of you, but shrinking, and then all of a sudden, tink, tink, a little small figurine of a red elephant falls into the palm of your hand.
Oh,
Ooh, trinket.
Beautiful.
And
I think she's busy staring at this, and then turns around, looks at Aljin, and goes, "You okay?"
I mean, I think you might want to keep it in. Turn
Oh,
around
yeah,
just
yeah.
for a minute, Jack.
Yeah, Dudu's
Just for a
next.
minute. Yeah.
Oh, Dudu is going to start what it sounds like singing, and this is in fact a healing word.
Yeah, there it is. Now we're
There
out
it
of
is.
I
initiative.
just want to make sure she could get there and do it correctly.
Anything. Yeah.
You know, yeah. I didn't, because even one, absolute crit fail death save would have been like fine, but still, I don't want to make sure we got it proper. Let's do it properly.
But yeah, since you don't have to jump down, no, it's definitely in that heartbeat of a moment. Combat ends, and Dudu sees that body. Now you have a clear view of it, and you pop up Aljin. 6 hit points.
Mm-hmm.
And the battle is ended.
Just sort of stands up. It's like, what? And like looks around, and like you see his hands like flexing, like almost like he's not wanting them to do it. It's like a very like robotic version of flexing his hands. Like what just happened? He's just sort of looking around, trying to find anything that's like coming against him. Not seeing anything. He's looking around. Where'd the elephant go?
I think Trixie just like gets as close, like is holding it behind her back, gets really close to Aljin, and then really rapidly pulls it out so it's directly in front of his eyes. So like, look, it's still so big. It's a huge elephant. Look how big it is.
Uh-huh.
Just like, it's forced perspective.
He firebolts it.
He what?
He firebolts it.
Oh God!
You shoot it out of the hand, and it tinkles down to the ground, and you see like a little like tink of it, like a little like crystal line crack, like a small chip fall off on the trunk as it hits the ground. Like hold your breath for a second, waiting for like it to reappear.
Yeah, and he like sort of looks at you, and like you see those hands flexing again, like sort of looks like, what just what? Like very confused.
I shot it a lot and it shrunk.
Yeah,
This is a normal day for me.
You know in your heart, Aljin, you should have died there.
Yeah, 100%.
You felt the ruidium like grip your heart in that moment.
Mm-hmm. 100%. Let me just do it real quick here. Okay. I just want to see if I hit a 1 from that close contact.
Yeah. And
like even closer contact with it.
And as that moment of silence, as all that chaos, you don't need to do the tokens or anything, but a few guards come like rolling up, and they say like Hands of Orge. You can see like the full official armor of the the city watch basically, and they all come up like, what is this disturbance? What has happened here? And at that moment, a small red tiefling comes running up. Aljin, you recognize them actually. You see a person who comes and intercepts the guards. It is a small red tiefling, elderly, bush of red hair, gray hair, scholarly type robes, and you see Professor Prolix.
Oh damn! I was like, Jack, you're gonna have to help me out. You have to help Aaron out.
Trying to find the art,
gotcha.
but I cannot find him.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And Al would sort of like limp over, like, yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like yell, like sort of like calls, like weak, like Professor.
That
We were
guy.
just doing an investigation. You can bring him up again. He didn't come on our menu, our screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can't remember him. I remember he was the one that we didn't want to have in our group.
Yeah, and he comes rolling up as the guards yell out there like, what is the meaning of this? And then he comes around, he's like, I believe this might actually have something to do with business belonging to the Legions of Allsight. Hello, I am a Professor Prolix Yushoff. Nice to meet you. And he goes up to like shake their hands, and like a weird awkward pause of a scene. And he says, there seems to have been a disturbance here. I'll get to the bottom of it. But whatever it was is related to our research down in the Kale Morrow. We have all of the permits and paperwork from Jaman Shaord signed. You can come find everything, follow up at the Crystal Chateau. Ask for me, Professor Prolix Yusuf. And he like flashes like a little badge and like hands off a card. And you see there like, we will expect a full report by later this evening.
Oh, damn it, I hate this guy. I was just like sort of like weakly trying to like hide himself and like not very well. He's like, he's just kind of the worst. I mean, he's very red tape kind of guy. And he's sort of Aljin sort of like goes down a little bit. He's like, do you guys want to try to finish this? I mean, I might have to find a... You guys want to try to finish this investigation, or just let those shitbags in there just do it? I'm really hurt.
You look like you need to lie down regardless.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Also, I'll admit, murder investigations, not really my thing.
Dudu's really good at it, though. We have to both admit that. Like, she had really good points in there. They had really good points in there. I'm sorry if I did that wrong.
I don't mind either way, but yeah, I wouldn't mind going back in and finishing what we started, but also I can attend to your wounds a little bit more should you need it.
I think just maybe one more, and then at least I can stop this guy from coming in for a minute. I can talk to this professor for I'm sure I can give you about 6.5 hours.
Ah, okay. Well, don't come inside and bleed anywhere. There's already too much blood.
Can you just
You might contaminate the crime scene.
One more heal, like right here, and he points to like his entire torso. He's like, one more heal, like around this area where I got trampled would be great.
There we go.
You just gestured at all of me.
Yeah, just the entire thing.
Mhm.
Just one more. I think that'll be good.
Dudu kind of picks up a little bit of like dust and like infuses it with a little bit of like magic, and it turns into sort of a mud, which they just kind of place upon your torso and upcast to 3rd level.
Cool.
Awesome.
12.
Well, that triples my healing. It triples my HP.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled like butt.
Thank you. I will go. I know, Professor. Like he's like not really wanting to deal with this, but he's like, I'll give you some time. I'll deal with the professor if you guys can go do that. And he like starts like limping up. Professor, nice to see you again.
Yeah, and you see he like
I
turns
didn't think
around.
See you. I didn't think I would see you outside of the city that Aljin remembers, but Aaron can't.
Bazazan.
Because he's been Bazazan because he's been drinking. When'd you get in? What? I'm sorry for the disturbance. There was a bright red elephant.
Lottie. Oh, I didn't think we would see you here. And he like looks like he like sees a ghost and like stammers with his words for a second. And he says, we all thought you all died. How did you get here?
What do you mean you thought we all died?
You all went into the Betrayer's Rise. We waited for your party outside the gates for over a week, and no one ever came out. And I teleported back. Eventually on the 7th day, the first team came out, the blue one with the big ogre lady, and all of them. And
Fuck.
I came back with them back to Ank'harel to pursue our research. Were you not with them?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, all of that happened after you split with him.
You can move on after that, because there was a little bit of Aaron in that last comment.
Yeah.
A lot of Aaron.
Yeah, he just told you your party's dead.
Yeah,
For
and the
all
other
known
party
purposes.
walked out. Like the entire other party?
Yep.
He's the blue lady. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Cool.
that happens as Dudu and Trixie are
You
walking
fade
back
out.
into the
You
shop.
fade out. Yep, 100%.
And you hear Freddy proclaim, he's like, I believe this has to be the work of betrayer god cultists. Otherwise, why would they make the tableau of all this blood? And there's the, and he's holding up like the paperwork. The Cobalt Soul had warned about betrayers, cultists in the city. Surely it has to be the work of them. As you two come walking back into the murder mystery scene. And I'll just bring everyone over instead of leaving Aaron on that page, even though I do have the power to do that.
No, that's cool. You can leave me there. Yeah.
You know what? We will do that.
Yeah.
So you stay here. Everyone else goes to this page. Sit on that.
No, love it.
Yeah. So you all come walking back in, and like they're all kind of like gathered around in the center now, and Freddy's saying, "Yeah, I believe we have it all figured out." So they must have came in and poisoned him, and he points out that like empty vial that Dudu had found. So yes, like Simon says that has been poisoned, so they must have used that, incapacitated, and killed him, and then used that in a blood ritual sacrifice. Wow, man, you figured it out. You're so smart. And the one in the purple dress, Laurel, Daphne, she says her name is. She says, "Yeah, as long as we get paid for figuring it out, and you don't need anything from me, right?" And you see that counts as her version of bardic inspiration. Oh, do you all did you take care of that disturbance out there? She talks to you, Trixie.
Just to point out, Trixie looks at almost full health. Oh yeah, it was just an elephant made of stone and some kind of mystery red material. Not really a big deal, though. Our friend did get kind of hit by it a few times, but he's outside having a conversation with somebody else. So I'm not really that plussed by it. However, you said you figured it out.
Yeah, and you see Wilhelmina, she speaks up. She says, "Yeah, we believe I ran some spells and detecting magics, and I do believe that there is some sort of demonic presence all around the area, and it just makes the most sense." And Simon says, speaks up, she says, "Oh yes, had there been the cultists, as I know, between you and me, the tiefling next door in the other shop, I hear he works for the Sentinels of Memory, and they've been, I've been doing research for the Allegiance of Allsight here with these crystal minerals, and Solomon was, sorry, yeah, I think they must have hired the cultists to come and silence him and get rid of the competition." And I think Freddy goes to speak up, and he says, "And I bet they would have gotten away with it too. But we came and solved
check
it."
on this tiefling. Like, I saw a tiefling, but it was Prolix, so I don't think that's the right one.
Different tiefling. Surprisingly, two tieflings per episode. Yeah. There's the neighbor in the next door shop.
Oh, so this entire situation's over?
Good enough for paperwork. Yeah, I mean, that sounds you should probably go arrest him and go hunt down those cultists.
Hold on a second.
Well, if there are really cultists around, perhaps this does bear further investigations.
Insight check on Simon.
Go ahead, give me an insight check.
God damn it, Trixie!
What do you
He
believe?
says defiantly. Go ahead, give it to me.
Let me see what you got.
Okay, here's what Trixie thinks. Trixie, okay, no. Trixie's got a pretty good wisdom, but her intelligence is only 10, and I think she's a little flustered by this whole rigmarole. So she's like, "Wait a minute, I bet that's not a simulacrum at all. I bet that's the real guy, and he's trying to frame his neighbor and take out that competition. I bet he's a guy. I bet he's a demon, shapeshifted into the guy, and he's not a simulacrum at all." She doesn't have any way to prove this, and she doesn't know how the simulacrum spell works.
And you see,
and she immediately announces that to everyone.
Yeah, everyone like takes a look at you, and Velmina, she says, I believe I casted an identify spell on the simulacrum here, and it has proven that he is indeed. But you're so smart. That is very clever to think of.
Trixie's not convinced. Trixie doesn't know how the identify spell works. Whatever you say, Velmina.
Yes, it was Dudu think.
Oh. Dudu thinks that there was definitely some kind of like blood ritual thing here. The inconsistent cuts on the corpse itself, and the fact that like most of the blood seemed to be like coming like from the cauldron area first. Just kind of seems like, I don't know. I feel like there's something inside the cauldron. Like,
yeah, we see the dog transforms back into human form. And he said, "Oh wow, blood sure does stink. Although, definitely smell like something like almost like demonic, definitely. But yeah, so what do we do next from here?" And then he looks over at Freddy, and Simon says, "Oh, you'll go arrest that bastard next door." Well, you see, we kind of like confront people with accusations, and then they like just kind of confess like on the spot, and then like it just kind of all works out that way. We don't really do anything. What is Dudu doing?
Dudu's gonna grab the ladle and like just kind of like scoop it through and see if there's like any physical things inside this potion that's not like liquid potion.
Yeah, so you go ahead and dig in, no roll required. As you go and dig in, you meet something solid, and as you go and pull it out, you see it is a spell book. And Velmina speaks up. She sees that. She says, "Oh, I was wondering where his spell book was. We have a dead wizard here, no spell book. We was wondering. How did we not think of that?" And Simon says, that someone must have, the killer must have tossed that in there after they took care of him. And yeah, you look in it just like some like wizarding tome, you know, fairly drenched, but I imagine wizards have some sort of like wicking type of materials, like you know, pages don't get completely ruined.
I mean this in the nicest way, Jasilionis. Every time you speak as Simon, it just sounds more and more suspicious to me, the player. You know what I mean? Like, I guess someone threw his book in there after they killed him, I suppose.
If you want my opinion, he probably dropped it in here on accident, and it probably released some things. Who knows?
Oh yeah, maybe they had demons pages on it. That sounds pretty likely to me, actually. And as you see, like you say that, he just kind of agrees with your theory. Anyone got anything else at the moment?
No, but I'm keeping this book.
I would say, yeah, if you go through that book and you start looking, as you're looking through, there is a page that is torn out. You're not too familiar how wizarding books work. You can go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
That's a 14. Gee.
Awesome. So yeah, you see as you're looking through, and this spell book it's a bunch of like mundane and utility spells. Like there's like the detect magics, the identify, there's like Nolzur's mystic aura, there's you see like a feign death spell in there. You see sorry, looking at the list, there's like dominate monster, modify memory, counter spell, and then as you get into like after the dominate monster, there's like a page that'd be right before it, so you think that'd be like a 6th or 7th 8th spell if you're like going up the order, and that page is like ripped out.
Okay, so now I'm really suspicious. I don't actually know if I have anything prepared today that I can do this with. Oh, maybe I do actually.
It's a fun wizard mystery.
No, it's beautiful. I'm so happy I'm outside. My character's outside.
Yeah, what does Dudu have or think? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
In the background, you just hear the talking of the tiefling outside, and there's no response from Aljin. He's glazed over, as it's like he's thinking that the statement that was made, like, we thought your party was dead, and it's like echoing in his head, like, your party's dead.
Just said that.
How'd you survive? Type like echo in his head, like whatever Alice is saying is the womp 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 at this point.
That high
he's trying to figure
pitch.
out, did he survivor's guilt at this point with Aljin.
Trixie, make a investigation check if you're looking for anything arrow shaped. You said.
Yeah. Real good
Okay.
at this.
I think I have what I would like to do. DM, would you say in this area there are items worth at least 25 gold pieces, such as incense?
Oh yeah, like right there next to the cauldron of all those like alchemical ingredients for like potion craft and stuff.
I'm gonna use that, and we're going to cast a divination.
Amazing. Who are you divining to, and what is the question?
So the Dudu's deity is Ank'harel, and the question is this person's name.
Solomon.
Solomon. Ank'harel, will Solomon get up within the next 7 days?
You reach out, you cast that divination. It's a magical spell flares up all of a sudden. And we're gonna do to the gods. No, this one. You reach out to Ank'harel, the Archheart, god of beauty, magic, the gifter of divine and arcane magic. And you ask a question about a single thing in the future within 7 days. Will that body get up? And you do hear a response. The beautiful thing about death with the help of magic, sometimes things are not always as they appear. And those who are dead may yet walk again, but not through the magic of revival. Very clever. And then it fades off. So glad I watched Downfall and there's like, I can actually give a voice to Krellon now.
I just posted this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it, dude. Chills. It was great. Right when you started, I was like, oh, it's the accent.
Abu is actually one of my favorite people ever now.
Fantastic.
Well, I would like to propose an alternative theory now.
Do you walk up to Simon saying that?
Oh, I will say it right where I'm standing. I don't believe that a murder has occurred here.
Uh-oh.
In fact, I think that this lifeless body, quote unquote, isn't exactly lifeless, is it now? And just start poking it.
He gasps. The Simon gasps. The body, stiff and lifeless, kind of flops.
I believe there's a type of magic upon the body that is keeping it in a stasis that is death-like, but not dead.
Go ahead and make an insight check with advantage.
Jesus. No.
With a 9, you're looking for any sort of reaction. You do see an actual small bead of sweat drip down Simon's brow, and he says, "That's you're talking about that's a spell, feign death, right? Yeah. I thought of that earlier. But the thing is, I tried doing that any dispelling and stuff on it, and it didn't work.
But did
Trixie
you
has a suggestion.
can you even do magic?
Well, I have limited spell slots, so I can't. I
Try
can't.
stabbing him in the leg.
Perhaps you could do some dispelling. Are you capable of such things?
Vilhelmina, you walk up to. Yeah. While you're looking around, Trixie, you do find an arrow. It's like a magical arrow that has like a lot of like ornate and like rune carving and stuff on it. You can go ahead, put it in your pocket. You're not sure what it is.
I love unknown sharp things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure I get that roll in. And you walk up to Vilhelmina. She says, "Oh, yes, that is basic level magic. You need a dispelling on what? The body?
On the body, please, if you could."
I ran an identify and I did not detect anything that was on it. But if you insist, and Simon says, "Oh, no, like there's a lot of unstable. We don't need too much spell casting in here." And she goes and she casts dispel magic on the corpse. The spell of feign life on the body dissipates, and it also breaks through the spell of Nolzur's mystic aura that had hidden it. And you see a groggy Solomon blinks warily, like, what? And Simon, you see they yell like, "No, it's not fair. He created me, and I can't even learn or do anything. In my first day of existence, I used up all of my magic at his whims." Do you know what it's like to exist? And never be able to better yourself, to learn and grow? It's not fair. I deserve to be that body.
I mean, that just sounds like a normal fucking person.
I didn't ask for this. It's not fair. I do
No
all
one
the work.
asked to be
I
alive,
scribe
you
it.
idiot.
But you can learn, you can grow, you can get stronger, you can gain experience from life, you can study wizardry if you wanted to spend the rest of your life. I can do that, but I have just cantrips. No, it's not fair, and I won't go out like this. And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling people. She points at you and Trixie and Dudu.
Did anyone tell him he can use scrolls?
We cut out of that scene.
Trixie doesn't know how scrolls work.
Amazing. We cut back to out in the bazaar where where Aaron is. So hey, let's bring everyone back over.
It's one of those things where it's like he ends his statement like 35 minutes later, and Aljin has heard nothing after your party's dead.
Yeah, you all left into the Bazazan and Betrayer's Rise, and I was, really, I couldn't.
And it's just that hum at that point, as he like just looks at him and goes, "Okay, nice to see you again." And he like walks back as the other party comes out of the house, the broken down shop.
You need a minute. I understand that. Very traumatic news. We waited around for 6 days, and eventually the other party, the Invokers, they're calling themselves, they came out. They said that your other party had attacked them down at in a crater site at the bottom of the rise, and then that blonde devil that they went in with, Loisha, they said that she cast a spell and brought down an earthquake, an avalanche on top of them. One of them even lost an arm. They barely got out alive, but they said the rest of your party, they didn't see them afterwards.
He just walks away, and you hear him just say one thing is, "Yeah, she's a piece of shit." And he... as he just sort of numbly walks this way to the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at them, just sort of like...
Yeah, they're like still in the store, actually. Sorry, I meant to...
Oh, okay.
Screen, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, like sort of walks like toward the store at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It'd be, I think it, like the way he talks, it would be like moments later, like minutes later.
Yeah.
He talks a lot.
Pretty much.
It's very...
yeah, he talks at length without pausing or anybody else.
So by the time he realizes that Aljin is like even like beat up at this point, he's sort of like walking back, like making that statement,
Mm-hmm.
like meeting up with the crew at the end of like the huzzah moment.
Yeah.
I think.
1 second. There he is. Yeah, and he comes and follows you. He's like, "Wait, I have some more questions." And he comes in, and you walk in right as Simeon pretty much expresses his, "It's not fair. I would have gotten away with it too."
Yeah. Perfect place. Love it.
And Dudu and Trixie.
I don't even know what to do about this. It's clear what has happened. I suppose we should ask the owner of the simulacrum what he wishes done with his creation.
Yeah, as you go to walk over and like look over, ask the question. Simon says, "No, I'm not gonna go out like this." And he goes to reach into his cloak and he pulls out like it's a different figurine, but this one it's like a skull that's misshapen and like a bunch of other like bones protruding out of it. And he says, "No, I won't let it." And he goes to like break this sigil to summon a bone devil, and that's right when Solomon opens up their eyes. Their dragon wings fly up on their back, and they jump over, and they just cast a disintegrate spell right at Simon, and it just hits him right through the chest, and withers away into dust. "That is how we take care of that," Solomon says. "Well, that was an adventure. Holy crap, who the hell are all of you? This is a mess in my store."
Trixie raises a hand.
You. Yeah, I appreciate the respect. No one else gets to ask questions until you first.
Does this mean we don't get paid? Because he's the one who put up the bounty to figure out who killed you.
Oh.
And you disintegrated him.
Oh, okay, I see. Simulacrum jealousy. It's not the first time it's happened. The existential dread really hits hard when you're made out of snow and ice. Next time I'm sticking to clone spells. Much easier. So they tried to kill me or fake my death. Oh, and his eyes goes over to like the page. You see where Freddy is standing, and he has that page of like notes about like cultists. Underneath it, you see Solomon flies over, and he says, and there's like a page right underneath that Freddy missed. And he says, "I've been doing this research on this red mineral ruidium from the legions of Allsight, and has very strange and maddening properties. Maybe something took over him, and it has a great vessel usage for soul vessel and soul anchor and containment jars. My specialties in magic jars and sealing and imprisonment spells. So that's why the legions they think there's something imprisoned down there in the politics of the city, the Sentinels of Memory. They want nobody to be disturbing it. So there's been a lot of political bureaucracy with it. So they kind of gave that to me and this little elephant figurine to study. Has anyone seen that?
Yeah. Here you go. And Trixie's gonna and just toss it over to him.
Yeah. And Prolix says, "Oh, be careful with that." And he comes running up. Prolix Yusha from Legions of Allsight. We had correspondence, sir. Glad to know you're not dead. And they go over there, and the rest of the other party look at you, and they're just like, "Well, good job, guys. Looks like we solved this one."
What do you mean, we?
Yeah, I mean, that was a bunch of great teamwork. I mean, everyone was all over the place, and...
You didn't notice the dead body wasn't dead.
Well, I mean, like, wizard shit, man.
You know what? Fair.
To be honest, though, I couldn't have done it without you. There's no way I could have dispelled that.
Oh, I just like being involved, and I just love spellcraft. There's so many wonderful things here, and I mean, there's all sorts of other ghosts and mysteries in the city. This is a great town. I can't wait to explore a bit more. You are fantastic too. You're really clever looking in that cauldron.
Why, thank you. I might have to pick up a new title. Dudu the Rune Crafting, I think.
I like it, yeah. And you see, like, the other team, they pretty much like, "Well, job's all done here." And they just look over and they're like, "You guys can get the money. My parents are nobles. Like, I'm not really in this for the rewards. As long as, we can just, like, kind of take some of the credit."
I'll think about it. Depends on how nice you are to me.
I will owe you one. Yeah, man, I got some, like, great herbs.
Don't eat herbs. I've already got a herbalist's kit.
Do you spice?
What, like paprika?
Oh, man, here's the stuff. It's called Sood. Have you ever tried it?
No.
Oh, make sure
Why is
you're
it
in
called that?
it's just like the street name. Make sure you're in a safe space when you do it.
I mean, I have a bow and an arrow. Basically, everywhere within 600 feet of me is safe.
Yeah, you're gonna want to put like a glove over that just so you don't stab yourself.
A glove over my bow and arrow?
Yeah, like a boxing glove. I saw it on a thing once. Like a trick arrow.
You're a very strange person.
Yeah, thank you. And he shapeshifts into a dog. Somehow not Irvin.
Puppy.
Yeah. The other team, they head on out. You can add a dose of Sood into your inventory. It is brown Sood. And then Prolix looks around and says, well, I think you have all done the Allegiance of Allsight a great favor today. Helping getting this. This thing should be okay for a few days, I think, with our research. We were asking Solomon here to investigate it, but I think it'll be most safe at the Crystal Chateau. But we could use a few people like you if you ever want some jobs.
Whatever gets me closer to my dream.
Oh, and what's your dream?
Shooting an arrow at the moon.
Well, which moon? One of them is a lot closer.
Trixie hasn't even stopped to think about that. Well, only one of them shows up in the Feywild, so that one.
Actually, there's two in the Feywild now.
Yeah, no,
There are now.
But you don't know
as
that.
of 100
Yeah, I know.
years ago.
And he says, "Aye, well, best of luck with that. You're gonna need some funds for major magic, but And then Solomon speaks up, says, "Oh, I believe I owe all of you a great favor." And he sees the little flyer that Freddy had brought back. And he says, "Promise of magical items and gold, huh? Well, I did make the deal after all. I get it, it's a simulacrum. Never mind. Do you all want magical equipment?"
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. +1 armor, +1 weapons. Are we looking for anything flame tongue or staffs or...
Is there anything, Aljin perk up,
Yeah.
is there anything that would be able to cast a long-range message spell? Like, that was the first thing he thought of, would be like, can he find a way to contact his, not message, but what is that?
Sending.
Sending.
He would be like, sending, is there anything that would cost sending to a specific person?
Well, let's see. And he goes and starts rummaging around. He's like, normally there's stones of sending where you can, when two people each have one stone, then they're able to message each other with it.
I mean, if you have the scroll too, or something along those lines.
I could make a scroll. Are you able to cast the spell as a sorcerer?
Good question. I have no fucking clue, man. That's Aaron talking, not Aljin. I actually don't know. Can this storm sorcerer cast something? Give me a second. Move on. Move along.
Yeah, I can look up the spell real quick.
I'm looking at known spells.
It should be on the sorcerer spell list, I think, but the only reason I know that is because Imogen casts it, but she's not your kind of sorcerer.
No, I'm
So-
a storm sorcerer. I don't think it is on my. I don't think it's on storm sorcerers. What level of spell is that? That's a
Should be a third.
third level.
Yeah. Oh, spell name. Looking
I don't
now.
think it is on storm sorcerers. No.
Only aberrant sorcerer.
Yeah.
Great old one warlocks too.
Yeah. So it would be like just a shot in the dark at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can make the check, I think, for it.
Hmm.
Correct.
Actually, that's interesting.
If it's not on my spell list and I have the scroll, can I make a check for it? Is that how that works?
I think it's only you make a check if it's of a higher spell than you can cast.
I can cast 3.
Well,
That's not my
but like if
list.
you're trying to cast like a 5th level spell scroll of a spell that you can cast, but you don't have a high enough level, is when you make a check for spell scrolls, I believe. But yeah, I think you have to be of a. It has to be a spell that's on your class.
On my class list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately I don't know of the person you could be sending to. Do you have anything of theirs?
The person I'm thinking of gave me something. And I know it's in my list. I'm trying to like look through it. Yeah. He pulls out Raven's feather.
Oh.
From
Oh yes, from your white-haired friend, right? What was her name?
Yeah.
Megan?
Morgen.
Monica?
Morgen.
Okay.
I mean, at least can you try? You know her. You've seen her. You've talked to her. You know if she's alive or not. You could see if they're alive.
I might be able to. I could try and do a scrying, but not knowing the person. There's always a chance of failure. I could always try and craft a special device enchantment with the sending that you will send out into the aether and hope it could receive. I would probably need the night to prepare that.
Let's do that. And he hands like it. The grip on the feather is a little more tight.
Yeah, and he says he looks around and he says, "This is 1 second. This is very unkempt of me. I mean, and he snaps his fingers. Ching! There we go. Much better. And he casts a mass prestidigitation, and everything is perfectly clean.
Wow, beautiful.
Yes, this is much better. Okay, now where was I? And Solomon starts to begin, and he starts crafting, and he says, for you two, would you like anything?
Perhaps an upgrade to the shield?
Oh, shield, yeah. What are we thinking? More defensive bonus? Are you trying to be more helpful or responsive with it?
I think just a higher defensive bonus would benefit me greatly.
Just a nice bonus, yeah, just like base +1 enchantment.
Sounds perfect.
I mean, you guys saved my life. You should be asking for a lot more. You have a very powerful wizard indebted to you at the moment. And for you, Mrs. Faye. I'm sorry. What?
Gosh, I'd really like just to give my bows and arrows more oomph. Trixie currently already has a longbow +1. Wouldn't mind it being a +2.
So you want stronger weapon, or would you want to make your ammunition better? Or be able to carry more ammunition?
I mean, being able to carry more than 20 would be nice.
I think I have one for you. And he goes and starts looking for a special item real quick. I'm going to check one thing real fast.
Efficient quiver.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think that's the quiver you're looking for. It's like
I will tell you, I was tempted to be like, maybe you can improve my armor. My mithril half-plate armor.
Damn it.
Very, very powerful wizard. You said, yeah, you want a little bit more punch on your arrows, you say. I think I can give you an efficient one, but I think I have something a little bit more fun than that. And he starts going through his pile of shit, and I can't find it. so he might just give you the one thing.
Ooh,
Sorry.
fun's almost better than more powerful.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, 1 second. It's a quiver of the adder I made for the swallows.
Oh,
And it turns your arrows into snakes that you shoot.
that's fantastic.
And I can't remember what I called it. Sorry, so you can
It's
see that.
it's got to be in your collection somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking through now. Anyway, yeah, I call it a quiver of the adder. Yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. No one will ever see it coming. I actually don't think I ever actually made it an official item. I just said, hey, you have this person.
Doesn't look published. I don't have access to it.
Yeah, so it's a quiver. You can store any amount of arrows into it, and then you can pull up to your first... every day you roll 2d6, and you can have that many arrows that you pull out of it that day turn into a snake as you shoot it. And then on a hit, it does 1d6 damage, and then they have to make a con save or be poisoned by the snake.
Wow, that's incredible, Mr. Wizard. Why is my nose bleeding?
That is the perfect thing for Trixie.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I remember this very specifically because I was very proud of this item.
It is really rad.
Yeah, I think just make it 1d6, actually. 1d6 snakes.
Yeah. Especially that they can shoot like 3d6
Yeah,
of snakes.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, you'll do
In a
all of
single
your
round?
snakes in one round.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll figure out a way to source it.
Yeah,
and add it later.
I will get all of the items in order and fixed and homebrewed ready. Yeah, and you say, well, thank you so much for all of this. And then Prolix says, yes, if you need to follow through, please come visit me at the Crystal Chateau. We have plenty of jobs that we can get you for the Allegiance of Allsight. We have exciting work, investigations underneath Kael'Maro. That was why we were in the Bazzoxan at Aljin. You remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the source of that red crystal.
Mm-hmm. And we saw some of that here, and he points toward like the elephant. It's like that's sort of that red crystal also.
Yeah, that's where the that came from. We found it in a temple to the Archart down below the city. There's those ruins that we aren't able to explore yet. There's many beasts and creatures there that chase us off. I think that perks up Dudu with the Archart.
Yeah, definitely. Anyone that was paying attention to Dudu would notice not only just like a shift in demeanor, but like I'm paying a lot more attention now.
Amazing.
Is there a place that you can point out for us to stay the night? We've been traveling, and then we had this whole thing happen. Is there a good place to stay for the evening, or a couple maybe?
We might we could probably put you up for a night, or you can go look around the Suncut Bazaar for various ends. I would recommend staying away from the first eclipse. That's where those red people. We have the information to believe that that's where they're based out of, and you don't want that trouble, lad.
I mean, what time of day is it?
It's actually almost getting
Midday?
into nightfall now, so.
So like at this point, it's like anything at this point. If they could produce a night for us somewhere, and then we can figure out the next day.
Here, follow me. We'll put you up at the Crystal Chateau for the night. Y'all deserve that.
Well, thank you. You guys want to go to a swanky ass hotel?
It's a university.
Oh,
Same thing,
Guys.
but with books.
you guys want to go to a college? I guess
I'm gonna go streaking.
in the quad.
Oh, please, don't do that. And he comes running after you. And just this elderly tiefling just like chasing after you all. There's
I touch Aljin and teleport him 30 feet in front of me.
Oh man, you know when you're in a bad mood and your friends are just like really like they're not
Just
sure what's going
yeah.
on, and they're just like, hey, we're
Yeah.
bringing you in our hijinks, and you're just like, I don't want to fucking be happy.
That's
right
it
now.
right there. 100%. That's it. Yep. Aljin would send her. He can do it. He can also do it, and it would be like one of those things where he would send her 150 feet like out in front of him. After that, it's like, okay, cool, and like, yeah, sort of be like the vortex warp.
The overdo it.
Like, shove her. Yeah, like, this is great.
You shove me a little bit, I knock you off the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Amazing.
Trixie can't tell the difference. She's fine. She's having a great
Yeah.
time.
It's having a great time.
Amazing. Solomon says, come back later and we'll get that spell figured out for you. We'll get that attuned and thank you.
As long as you're here, I'll come back.
Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit longer, at least until that jerk tiefling next door. He just likes to run his mouth. He's all talk though. He's harmless. We all have a good night.
For you too.
All right, and you all head out to the Crystal Chateau. Aljin's got a lot on his mind, a lot of uncertainty.
Can we do one thing before we call it a night?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Aljin sort of takes it to like he sort of just goes to bed. Like, I'm sure Trixie is doing absolute mayhem at this point. But
I won't do it in the room.
okay. Aljin sort of gets to the point of like a lot of stuff happening and a restless sleep, but a sleep happens. And it is one of those ones where he lays down, he falls asleep, but he's a lot of tossing and turning. If anybody's in the room, you realize that he falls asleep quickly because he about died, y'all. He about died. And he's sort of tossing and turning. And it is one of those red glow things. You see his arm glows a little bit, and his dreams are of him sort of losing control and going out and sort of creating this havoc in this town and causing like him to teleport to one spot and tearing out someone's throat with these claws that he just produced, and like then teleporting over to another spot and like tearing a person in half and like these horrible things. And he ends up in this little cottage, and he goes in, like turns the handle and goes in and sees Morgen sitting there just quietly at her, where he met her initially, in her house. He just sort of sits there and looks at her with this red moon glowing over top. The same day where they healed that, or they didn't heal, but they investigated that moorbounder. It'd be like that day. And just sort of looks at her. What is Morgan's like thought back to that day of that moment where that whole thing happened?
So Morgan's memory of the first day meeting Aljin, there's a sense of urgency when they first arrive at the door. I believe it was him and Ludo, and then
Pelt.
Was Pelt with them when they arrived?
Yeah.
I believe Pelt was, yeah.
Yeah. So there was also that air of familiarity with her dealings with Pelt before. So at first she wasn't sure what would come about of it. Like meeting a friend of a friend was her initial reaction. But with everyone's cooperation and participation, she earned a respect and admiration for each of those individuals in that night because of what they had done in the creation of those salves. And it was a team effort that gave her a sense of memory from her past as well, with regards to working like a coven in a way. I guess that's a long-winded way of saying
Mm-hmm.
he's a part of her coven now, whether he likes it or not.
Yeah. And together they made this salve, and you handed out to the team. You gave it to Aljin, and you gave it to. Did you gave one to everybody in the team, right?
Yeah, we made 4 doses. I gave 1 to each.
And Aljin sees himself put it in his bag, and in the middle of the night, he shakes awake, just absolutely scared and terrified of what he just did. Like, he saw himself tearing people's throats out, and it like shook him. And then that memory of going into that room, and he's like that bestial creature that goes in, and he shakes back from the red moon, and he sees Morgen, and everything happens where he sees himself helping and giving himself to this team that he made. And he sees his friend hand him the salve. And he shakes awake, thinking where he put it. And he opens his bag and he sees it. And he picks it up out of there and looks at it. And he realizes what it is. And I think that's when it fades out.
Amazing. Just at the very end of the dream, it looks the same like the city that you knew and met her, but everything's more polished, fine, almost like an elven type architecture. It's a city you've never been in that still looks familiar. And as you wake up, you see the bright sunshine, the grass, the flowers, the happiness, the once was that could be again.
And holding that potion in his hand.
Yep. And you all wake up to the morning of Ank'harel. So are you there as well, Aljin?
Yeah. Yep. I think he would have, taken that at that point. Like, it would have been like he recognized what happened, and he would have woken with it in his hand and realized what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Like what he's been carrying with him for weeks at this point.
Yeah. And you take it.
Yes.
And with that, as Aljin puts the vial to his lips, cheeks wet, as he lifts up to the sky and thinks of his friends. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode. Thank you all for listening. This got really fucking weird tonight. I appreciate anyone who stuck around for this one. We'll get back to the next schedule and call it Netherdeep. Bye.